do not be live.
Bullshit.
Here it is.
What?
It says not for another 54 seconds.
It won't let it do it then? Interesting. Oh, so look at this. Look at this button.
Now we're live.
Hey-oo. All the little small tiny tools, scale things and everything.
Yeah.
Metrics. Scale handles and jacks. 6. And then the standard. And then
Please excuse my naked wife.
You didn't see anything.
I saw a green blur go by.
I had a very large towel.
Which would
Sorry, I forgot to bring clothes down.
which would be the green right now. I didn't see a almost clear blur go by. Anyway, so I took out all the stuffs. The only thing I have is this bag of drive shafts. So
There you go.
trail repair stuff.
Yep.
And I'll put like a little box of screws in there. I'm gonna try and keep it all kind of semi-clean. You know what I mean?
I like it.
I'm growing up to be a big boy.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello. Get my jazz going here. Oh, what are we doing? Come on.
Are those 4mm? Oh, I need one of those.
Millimeters.
That'll be alright.
What?
Yeah, just clank it, clank, clank, clank.
Oops. Oh. There we go. What are we doing here? There we go. Dude, anybody that says Predator is not good is just like stupid. They're stupid. That's what they are. They're stupid. Go ahead and get these tires.
Jared, good evening.
Knocked out of the way.
Yeah, I think that should work perfectly. Good.
Perfecto. I'll need 2. Alright, it's over there. We're gonna.
Haley said she's mortified.
She's fine.
You were completely covered.
Yeah.
I do believe Matt has seen a naked woman before anyway.
I mean, I have. Wasn't necessarily the point, but I have. Predator is way too something. Soft. Okay. I mean,
Lies.
you know. Oh, did you want a new set of crawlers? Like, do you need more crawlers? Did we discuss that?
I think you did ask me, and I don't
remember what you said. I think you said no because you got 418 sets or something like that.
Well, there's that, but also, I just have kind of been moving away from 475s.
Maybe that was also the other. We've been over this. Crawlers, G8. No, nothing I own is G8 ever. They don't work here. Like,
I do have some G8 crawlers and KM3s, but I think I have 3 of each.
yeah. Well, I got to looking at my wall, and I'll keep all my super schmappers, because I got a bunch of Predator. I have one set of G8 Swampers that are brand new that I'm going to go, I think are going to go on a set of Ingens on something when I get them. But, I have just a lot of duplicates. I kept the pit bulls. I'm selling one set of 4 or 5 pit bulls, I think.
Yeah.
I got a set of those that I'm gonna get rid of. But other than that, like, I'm just getting rid of a bunch of. I've got one set of Cam 3s I might keep. I doubt it. I'll probably end up throwing those in the box.
What inserts are those?
Those. What do you have in there? Just stock ones?
Stock ones. Those made them nice and skinny and
Yeah, I like them. See, I like the way these look better.
I'll trade you.
But no, I'm good. I mean, I'd swap you wheels. But.
here. No, because I already have half dozen sets of those.
Okay,
roughly that.
I like those. But like 12,
They're from K&K.
14, I know. They are from K&K.
Um,
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah.
Rad Raff, hello, sir. Yurkia 360. Where's the dumpster fire at? Dude, it is here for sure.
It's right here.
Yeah, this is all the stuff. So like I said, I think in the post, the Suburban's almost done. So Beluga's almost done. And I wrapped up Millabear 9. It is completely ready to run now. I got a brand new servo in it. So if it goes out, I'm just going to consider it cursed, and I will put it on the table and put something else. I don't know. I don't know what I would do at that point. Let's see. I packed the dually last night, so it's coming. I need to name that thing, by the way. You know, I'm not a real big name guy, but it just, doing this, it really does help. I will say that. Like, I'm not one of those guys that buys a new Jeep and it's like, it needs a name. Should I call it Smurf or the Blue Ghost? Like, whatever. I see those posts every once in a while. But, actually, what is that one? What have I seen a lot of? For whatever reason, up by my work, there's a singular name for new JLs, and I don't remember what it is. But I see it like all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, a lot of the white ones are Stormtrooper.
Yeah, I see a lot of that. Oh, Black Betty is a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Another Monday Night Live with the Beautiful Daddies.
Yeah.
Tommy Early, good evening, builders. Hello. Let's see. Tommy Early, how do you like the TSL you have? So we have two different types of TSLs. These are Predator 475s. I love these. These are probably one of my favorite tire. A, they're Predator, and then B, they're Super Swampers, which makes me about as happy as Jordan getting crawlers. These are actually really good if you have the truck for them. These are RC 4-wheel drive. These are X2, S3 compound in them.
Yeah, whatever the
X3, S2, whatever the hell. The nicer, better compound.
But these are the TSL Narrows.
Yeah, these are the 1.55 narrow TSLs. I really think that on a hard body truck with, all that stuff, with a lot of weight, I think they will do really well, I guess is what I should say. But this I don't even know how many sets of Swampers Predator Swampers I have. Other than the Yokohamas now, I think everything I have that's like an actual driver truck is Super Swampers and Yokohamas. VPs. Let's get it, RC. How are you? John Lau, I agree, Matt. Predators are the best for our area of the country. 100%. G8 works, and some people swear by it, but it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for Jordan, I don't think.
So I think part of the issue is, like, if I'm driving a truck, I don't want to be driving with a shit tire that is holding me back.
Yeah.
Because, and this is not G8 versus China's compound, but that one year at Beaver Creek, and I was on the knockoff 4.3 or 4.2 Swampers, and I was ready to throw the truck in the trash.
True story.
Because it just didn't do anything.
For a guy that does not really get angry, this dude was fucking shitty.
So
because like Doug and I were rolling up to things and just kind of like it takes a little wheel speed to get up it. Jordan couldn't even get the front wheels to hook to like get up on top, so that way you could like ramp up it and do the southern bump. Ryan says, "What is up, everyone? Matt and Jordan, hello, sir." Scott Griffin in the house. Good evening, everyone. Central Indian Crawler Comp says, "Ooh, hello, fellas. This is very wet still."
Jared, these are 3.74 inches tall. Or if you put a 3.85
They get a little taller.
3D insert in them, they get a little taller and a little skinnier.
That water stinks.
I would seal that right back up and be like, "Here you go, Bill." Yeah, Tommy, I run the, well, it's the Class 0, but the crawlers on mine. On my mini Capra.
Do you have a towel? Paper towel?
Back in the shop.
Just
Jared, as long as you're in the 155 tire section, it's pretty far down towards the bottom. But they're called like
all the way?
they're narrow
Very narrow.
TSL or Super Swamper narrow, or I forget what it is.
They're just narrow. I think they're just narrow TSLs is what they're called.
Yeah, it's the X2, S3, or whatever their newest compound is.
The one that actually is semi-sticky.
I wouldn't say they're sticky, but they're soft enough that.
Yeah. Alright, fine, they're not sticky. Whatever.
I mean,
No, it's okay.
I can't stick them together.
Stick you together.
I don't know what that means. I do want to see.
Where are we at? Central Indiana Crawler Comp says it doesn't work at Abner at all, for sure. Beast swears by G8s, though. He says that the Predator is too soft, and that's what he runs. Whatever, I don't know.
Oh, you got all sorts of. You got fancy sideways transfer case.
Oh, no, it's just not mounted yet.
That's not mounted?
No. Well, it's only got one screw in this.
Oh.
So it's rotatable.
I want to see what this looks like on the taller swampers.
Fucking awesome. That's how it looks. Oh, let's see.
Because I know I said the printer wasn't running anything right now, but it may quickly switch.
Tommy earlier says I have a set of Predator TSLs that I was thinking about running on my UTV 18, so it'll be more scale. The 1.55s are. What the hell is that? What is that?
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. The Swamper? Sorry. Tommy says, yeah, the TSLs. They look decent on a on the 155 ones. I don't have a UTV 18 to judge off of, but that size tire looks good. Jason Suter, what is happening, fellas? Hello. I did get the new shirts in yesterday, by the way. I put everyone's order that pre-ordered the tie-dye ones. They are in a box, all separated out. So I will let Jordan and my dad know who has what and everything, and they will be all done. But I put all 3 of yours, I believe. Jared Hopper, can't seem to find them on the website. They're 155s. If you go by...
I think you found them.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yes, never mind. I wasn't down that far. I wonder if the X2 S3 would work on the UTV 18 with them being so light. The soft compound might work on a heavy truck. I think that compound is too soft. Bill says boggers.
That's what Bill needs is those 5.4 boggers
Hell yeah,
for
brother.
that truck.
Hell yeah, brother. What Bill needs is a tuber. He needs to get over there, and we need to build him a 6 tuber, and we need to build him a 10 scale tuber. And that's not his Pro Mod, because Pro Mod also isn't done. But anyway.
Well, I'm gonna break my rule of not running comp trucks on the trails, and my Pro Mod is going as my buggy.
Really?
Yeah.
You're crazy. I thought about getting mine, but I don't know if I can get it done. Because, I mean, it's done for the most part. I don't really want the cage red, but it is what it is. I'm not going to blast it in time. But I'm not sure if I can get those panels painted the way I want them to. Oh, that's so much better. Boing, 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 boing. One down.
Well, I don't really have. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, the only other buggy I've got right now is my YJ,
Yeah.
which I'll run that.
You should get the F-Toy done before then.
Bruh.
Bruh.
This YJ is my focus.
Yeah.
I I've got a rear drive shaft for this coming. I need to build anti-wrap bars for both of them.
Both of them?
Both of them.
I think I'm going to just put a longer, like a VP drive shaft in the back of that. What drive shaft did you get for the back?
Enjora's finest.
Just
like this.
Oh, okay.
I have some of the cut to length ones, but
Yeah. That's what I was getting at. I didn't know if you had any or not. Okay. Now, learned from the last time, so what I'm going to do here is just put this foam right in the trash.
what's going on, Jake?
Hi, Jake.
Ryan said Proline needs to come out with 6 boggers
Oh.
that works good everywhere.
I would buy the shit out of that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of boggers, but A, the 5.4s are enormous, and then B, with them being G8, like they're just a trail. I mean, they would be a trail tire anyway, but
Yeah.
they're just not as good here. I mean, you can go out in the woods and have fun on a G8, but if you get into like slippery rock stuff or whatever, it's not gonna do what a Predator would. Bonjour, hello, Mr. Teleguided. Got about what, a week and a half till we see this fine specimen of a man.
Yep.
Can't wait. Glenn says disagree. Well, you know, when you have rocks that actually are grippy, then you can disagree with us. But here, that is not how that works.
Which, like, I mean,
Like, I get what Glenn is saying. Like, because you go to 30 other states and they're like, oh, that Predator's too soft. I can kill that in, like, you know, an hour and a half or whatever. I've basically got slicks. Like, I get it, but that's not here.
purple car behind us. There is not a purple. Oh,
Yeah.
is that purple?
Yeah, kind of, I think. It's purple and blue.
That is Bill's.
That's my dad's trail truck.
Yeah.
Basically a stock Fordyce with a body swap right now. That's actually what these tires and wheels are going on, because I picked these up. I picked it up last night from him when I got my shirts, and felt these wheels and tires and realized they have stock foams in them, and I was like, well, I got a shitload of these Proline foams that I got for whatever they had them on, $12 or whatever it was. Whenever they had them super cheap, so I picked up some. And then since we have a printing machine and all, you know, these are like, I don't know, super cheap as far as I'm concerned. So
Yeah.
gave him a set of those because I am the best son ever. Predator works a little better on dry rock. I don't think so. Predator works better than G8 on wet rocks.
Predator just works better than G8.
I think Glenn lives like on a different planet. I think that's the problem.
We had white people tacos.
Yeah.
White people taco night.
I do. I try.
You say that now. Just wait till he puts you in a home.
He's not gonna go in a home. I mean, he can't live with me, but he can go somewhere.
All right, that's as far as the K10 is going to get.
Really?
Yeah. Because I need to build the actual
Stuck.
anti-wrap bar,
Yeah.
which is, as much as I know everyone would enjoy watching us actually fab things.
You know, that live 6 building thing, or whatever we did, it went over well.
Ramen? What the hell's he talking about?
He gave me some ramen yesterday. I haven't eaten that shit. What are you talking about? When it is super hot, G8 works better here in the middle of the summer. Predator is too soft when it's 90. I agree with that.
So maybe that's where where it gets a little blurry for me, because when it gets that damn hot, I'm like, I don't really want to go out and drive.
I don't feel like going outside. So bitch. God damn it.
All right, so that needs foams and a.
Anyway, Bill gave me volcano balgu, whatever the hell, ramen noodles. One of them's volcano curry. The other one is volcano, I don't know, some shit.
Well, if it's like the stuff that I had for lunch a few weeks ago, it was in a little bowl,
Yeah.
and it came with like a spice packet, and I went to sprinkle some on there, and like 3/4 of it fell in, so I just dumped the whole thing in. It was spicy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like the spicy ones, but this is volcano, so apparently, like, mix a volcano in your ass. So basically, he said, don't eat it during a work week because you won't get anything done at work.
I mean, at least he gave you a heads up.
Yeah. Whatever the temp is on Sunday, that is what I'm running in for comp days. Oh, God, you're crazy. I mean, dedication, but. You also really can't skip. You can't really just be in charge of the comps and be like, I'm not coming, guys. I don't think I'll be there. Huh?
I said you could.
He could, but somebody dumb would take over. Tell the guy it said, Yoda axles make bigger gain than Predator G8 compound. Changed my mind.
I don't know that I can. Because, we have a saying here that you can't fix stupid.
Is that an American saying?
No, I don't know.
It reminded Jordan that he's white. The sun? Or the tacos?
Oh, those noodles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
It was rough.
They're-
I like spicy.
Yeah. I used to work with some Thai guys, and they would eat stuff, and it's like, they don't even care. They're like, oh, this is hot. And you're like, no, it's not hot. It's like beyond freaking hot. It's dumb. They just don't give a shit. It's weird. There we go.
Should I make my YJ anti-wrap bar longer than the K10? I can either go here or I can go here. I feel like that's too short.
I mean, it's not like it flexes a whole lot.
Oh, flex for days, man.
So which one's the 3D printed and which one's the foamy foam?
That's the 3D printed.
It is.
Take it easy. Let's get it.
Hey-o.
We will be there, so.
For sure. For sure. Unless something catastrophic happens. Yeah. Rob said, nope, that wouldn't work. Yeah, I don't see you just skipping a day.
It's going to hang down. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, well.
What's for dessert? What are we doing today?
Just
Cookies?
break and bake cookies.
Okay, cool.
Nothing special.
That's fine. I like cookies. Yoda axles equal trash. I've got a couple sets of F10Ts, but actual one-to-one Yoda axles, I don't know much about. Thumbs up, everyone. Awesome to see you there. Thank you. Let's get it. We will see you next weekend. Next week. Right. Yeah. I'm excited to go, but like I feel like I need to take the rest of the time until then off of work.
I'm actually good.
Not going there.
What? I'm not going?
I'm actually just gonna stay home.
I mean, that's fair. In fact, I thought about throwing another Jeep into the mix, but I
What the hell are you talking about?
decided not to.
I mean, Mr. I work from home could probably swing it, but
Yeah, probably.
yeah, probably. I mean, I think
if I did that.
I think you could get the F-tree done if you really wanted to.
Yeah, Glenn's buggy really just
Killed the tubers for a minute.
all motivation on tubers.
I get that. I understand that. Jared says, I mean RC 4-wheel drive Yodas. I think, in all honesty, if they're Yoda 2s and you keep the tires small, I don't think they're that bad. At least that's what I'm hoping, because I did not buy a 44 for the rear of my YJ. It's running the, that's actually a 9-inch is what that is, so it just got stronger. Yeah. See how that works. Where did that other tire?
You only have one K44?
Yeah. What did I just do with that other tire?
Oh, I have it. Sorry.
Oh.
Do you need it?
No, I just didn't know where the hell it went.
Because I can swap to one of these other
No,
ones.
you're good. I was just making sure I wasn't crazy. Glenn said, oh, so it's my fault. I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you're the reason my tuber count is only at 2.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't take it personally. That's just facts. You know, when you're smashing out a buggy and all that stuff, and then you don't really want to roll into another buggy. It just is what it is. Dr. President Legend Buck Dandy, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Well, yeah, like it didn't help that I finished Matt's and started yours immediately.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, you've built 2 juggies in a row within, like, the last, 3 months?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
5 months or so.
I think you deserve a break.
And I'm really enjoying this YJ.
Shimming them never seemed to work for me. Maybe I'm trash, is what Jared said about the Yodas. I don't know that I've ever... I have to think about that. I don't know that I've ever had them, because I had the K44s on that Blazer, and then I immediately swapped it to AR44s. Sure.
My first TF2 was Yoda.
Yeah, the blue one?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that thing, I just, like, every time I drove it, something fell off of it. So,
Yeah, true story. I remember that's what kept me from buying one for a long time, because you and Ding Dong David both had one, and I think his was an OG Trail Finder. Like, I don't even think it was a TF2.
his was a TF2.
It was,
But he beat the
Yeah.
hell out of that
he
thing.
glenned it pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we went trailing a few times with him, and I mean, it fell apart every time. Let's see. Buck Dandy said, sad not going to make BTC work is getting in the way. Just quit. That's what I would do. Just quit. Actually, that's not what I would do. That's very irresponsible. I understand. That's actually a few people's problem that we know at this point. So we're gonna miss a member of our team because of work things.
Yeah,
Our freaking weatherman's not gonna be there.
one of our lead sales guys.
Yeah, that too. Our lead sales guy / I'm not selling anything this year at Beat the Creek. I've just now figured that out. I'm relying on you. Like, my number 1 sales guy, he can't speak over about 30 minutes, so he's out. Logan's not going, he's one of my lead sales guys, you know. I think I'm just gonna have to stay gone the whole time. Do you guys do other events besides BTC and Rocktober?
We have not.
We haven't. We want to, but some of the other places, like, we want to go. We had talked about going to, like, Axial Fest. I looked into being a vendor at Axial Fest, and it is stupid expensive. No way in hell could I even possibly make that work. What was that other one that I was looking at going to? That they wanted like $400 before you were even allowed to, like, show products or something. I can't remember which one it was. Honestly, like, The crazy thing is, when you start actually looking at some of this stuff, BTC and Rocktober are some of the only ones that I can go to and justify. Like, not just, I guess we could always go to them, but to go and like set up as a, like, hey, I'm here to do more than, just drive or whatever. So, like, almost everybody, like, okay, Axial Fest, they won, I think their minimum is $1,000.
Yeah.
Just to be a vendor. And then you also have to send in stuff to like support for donations and stuff. Like, I will be lucky to even recuperate that money, let alone make any money. So, thoughts on the RC 4Drive Midnight Edition? I like it. It's just a TF2 with a Blazer body that's all painted black. That's really the only difference. It'll probably be one of my next purchases if I don't get a K5 some other way, because I have K10s and, have some wheels and tires and such that need a body and chassis, and
It's a little low.
pretty.
Sending it.
Yep. Let's see. Jared says, if you have Yoda 2 problems at BTC, I have quite the selection of axle parts. I will keep that in mind, honestly. Because...
Granted, most of those parts interchange, but both of my TF2s are
fucking balls, man.
K44s.
These foams can suck my entire ass. Let's see. Got a second-hand TF1 like 10 years ago. Still works. 2-speed R2 gearbox. Toyota 1 axles. And the knuckles are a bit wobbly, but they're still going. That's awesome. You don't hear a whole lot of people praising Yoda 1s as like still going after a decade. Glenn Cook says, BTC wasn't exactly cheap this year. That is true. That is true. It was a lot more expensive than it was last year, which is
Yeah, it actually cost me money this time.
a gripe that I did not like. Yeah, true. That was something I did not like. The future of me at BTC will depend on a lot of things next year. Let's just put it that way. Mostly if the price goes up again. So.
Yeah, we're not. Well, you're not selling enough to make
my channel's not big enough. Like,
yeah,
I appreciate every single one of you, but the facts are the facts. Like, I can't sell enough T-shirts and stickers and stuff and get my name out there enough to justify much more than what he charged this year. So like last year it was $50 per 10 feet with a maximum of 300 or a maximum of 30 feet. So like $150, whatever. This year he doubled it to $100 every 10 feet and your max was 40 feet. So my entry to being a vendor went from $150 to $400, which for someone that just sells shirts and, I'm a vendor for Deluxe and all this other stuff, but I have to sell a lot of goddamn shocks to make $400 back. What was BTC turnout last year? So he stopped saying.
Yeah.
Because
I think there were a handful of people that
started doing math
and
like the IRS.
Well, yeah, and maybe that's why. But there were a handful of people that were bitching about whenever it went to $40 for the weekend.
Yeah, which is just dumb. That's super stupid. But yeah, probably 2,700, Jared. That's what I would assume. If it doesn't get above 3,000 this year, I would be real surprised. Glenn says, I won't recoup, but maybe half what it cost me this time, not counting the door prizes. I don't really, I would go regardless. I like having the canopy. I will sell stuff, whatever. And I don't really need to... I guess I don't really need to make money as far as all that goes. I don't make a whole lot of money on the shirts and everything, but if I can sell enough stuff to, pay for what I have... and then make a little bit off just some stuff, I would be super completely happy. I believe it's going to be absolute chaos this year. I am interested to see how everything works because I've heard a lot of different stories about how some people are going to be here and there, and like they're going to have like different vendor areas for different levels and stuff. So I'm interested in that. Bill also said challenge accepted on sales.
Yeah. Big Egg, we're just talking about the BTC price itself. Because actually the place that we stay has been the same price for
2 years
for
both.
Yeah.
Yeah. We probably ought to get a hold of her and just be like, listen, so from now on, the first week of May and the first week of October, we're coming that weekend.
Yeah.
Just forever. Let's see.
Good evening, Brett.
That's crazy. I figured an event like that would just let sponsor vendors show up at no cost. No. So basically, not only that, but so you have to pay for your square footage, basically, and then you have to pick a sponsor level. So like a bronze level is $100 worth of donation stuff. So I have to send $100 worth of donation stuff. If you go to silver, it's 500, 300, something like that. Gold is, I think, 1,000, and then platinum is above that, or diamond, or some shit. I don't know. I never really looked because I couldn't even remotely swing that. And in all honesty, the difference is only like we give you a shout out on Facebook for everything, and if you're gold, you get like your business name in the banner in the barn, which whatever. That doesn't help me one way or the other, as far as I'm concerned. So
Yeah.
why not just show up as a personal but set up as a vendor? So that worked the first time. That worked when we went in and needed to park, and I was like, I'll just be a camper. We set everything up. At this point, Joe knows me and knows who I am, and I don't think that little slide in like that would work. He knows better.
I mean, there are a few other perks to being a vendor versus.
There are. Yeah. I mean, we get in early, so we get there Thursday to set up. And before everybody gets there, we can go and, run the trails with no one on them. So that way, like, I can take video of the trails and we can kind of pick one of the trails. Like, we can go to the creek, which it's going to rain on Tuesday or Wednesday. What was that? It was Tuesday, right? It's supposed to rain down there on Tuesday. So the creek may not be exactly runnable on Thursday when we go. But anyway.
If it rains on Tuesday, it'll be fine by Thursday.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that one year when it poured on Sunday,
Yeah.
by Sunday afternoon, people were running.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it does drain, I think, really
decently quickly. Okay. Anyway, so we can do that Thursday. We get in an hour early every other day. It's a great perk to have. I mean, it sucks getting there at 7 o'clock in the morning after we've already gotten up, gotten ready, went to Starbucks, got anything we need for the day for the grill and shit, and then drove all the way there. But that is what it is. Let's see. Shit. Hang on. Time out. I always go, but if I don't, shit. Where are we at? I'll always go, but if I don't take in very many donations, I probably won't set up as a vendor again. I could see that. Brazen Brett, good evening, sir. Jared says, believe you guys could set up a normal camping area like we do and set up a table. The problem is, at this point in time, I have so much stuff, and I would continue to want to sell all the merch and everything. And then, I'm also, I've got dealer stuff out there. Like, I've got Reef stuff and Three Brothers, and I've got, deluxe things. Even though they're all three going to be there, you can come buy them for me or, whatever you want to do. I bought a 30 by 10 canopy, and that's only my part of our 40 feet. Like, we got a big ass setup at this point. Let's see. Do they really have that much overhead or just pinching pennies? That is a subject of debate, sir. I don't know. At this point in time, we're just kind of accepting that it is what it is.
Yeah, I would assume that event is not cheap.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Because I'm knowing Joe well enough, he has a business. So I assume he has insurance that actually would cover whatever goes on there or whatever, which I'm sure is not cheap when you're like, I'm going to invite 3,000 people over to my house for a weekend and they're going to crawl around in the mud on the rocks. And the insurance is like, oh, are they?
Yeah.
And then, I know that now he's paying, people to help park, and he's paying other people, to stand at the gate and the ladies, and he's got a lot of stuff that he pays for. I'll give him that.
It's more than just inviting everybody to come over for the weekend. And
yeah,
I mean, there's
the porta potties. He has done a very, very good job there are a lot of porta potties there.
Yeah.
And they stay pretty, I mean, I don't want to say like clean, but he's got enough to where even with that amount of people, by Saturday afternoon, they're not like overflowing with poop and stuff. Like they're relatively still usable. Sunday, if it gets real warm towards the end right before you leave, but it's really not bad. And so, I mean, he makes money off of it, but he's put a lot of work into it, and he should make money off of it.
Yeah.
How much money depends on kind of how you look at it, but we don't really know what he makes. But it's a blast as far as that goes. And like I said, as long as it doesn't get too crazy, I'll continue going. But like if prices double again next year for whatever reason that would happen, I don't know about that.
I mean, we'd still go.
Yeah, I'd still go.
We just wouldn't.
I'd still go get a camping spot or whatever. It's one less day I got to take off work, which I'd probably take it off anyway. But
hell, at this point, you'd make it into a week.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if it does go up again, I will probably just go down in size.
Yeah.
I'll just take less trucks. I'll have less stuff out. And, it'll be like one shirt on, of each style or whatever on the table. And then everything will be back behind the table, which I kind of thought about doing anyway.
I mean, yeah. Hang each style up and then.
Yeah. And then just let Bill do his magic.
Yeah.
That is another thing. So if you are going to BTC, I put a pre-order out and everything. If you didn't get to that and you saw the tie-dyed black shirts with the pineapple logo on the back and everything, I went ahead and ordered 2 of each size from 4X, I believe, down to medium. I didn't get any smalls because nobody buys them. But there's 2 of each on each size, and they are freaking sick. I like them a lot. And so if you get there early and you don't have a shirt, they will be available. After those 10, 11, 12, whatever are gone, they're just gone. So
Glenn said Creek should be perfect all weekend. It's supposed to rain from Monday until Thursday.
Did you get up to Rad Raff, or have you started with Colorado Adventure Club and everything?
Oh, no.
Rad Raff says, time to break out the $100 value patch or limited $100 tee. If the channel was big enough, I think I could maybe do that, but like enough people don't really give a shit about me to be completely blunt about it. Like I said, there's 47 people in here. If all 47 of you bought a $30 shirt, I would make them, like, that's what it would take, basically. If I tried to make $10 on each shirt or whatever, but I thoroughly appreciate all you guys' support and everything. If that's something you want to do, I can make that happen. I know some guys. Let's see. Colorado Adventure Club said, gents, hello, fine sir. Jake said, when I was a sponsor at the K&K TTC, the bronze sponsor was just whatever you wanted to give. I was bronze sponsor for 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I mean, $100 really isn't. It's $100 worth of actual value. So luckily, you can, like I saved a little bit of money by being able to send in my sticker sheets and the patches and stuff. So, I mean, that kind of added up, but you have to send like actual things as well. That's one of the things I said is only $100 of it, I think, total can go can go towards a gift certificate. So, like if, like, let's say VP or Axial show up, they can't just be like, this is a gift certificate for a $500 truck. They can only give you a gift certificate for $100. Which I thought was kind of interesting, but let's see.
Red tacky for the win.
Always. That is literally what we've used
over there.
Yeah, what we've used for a while. Jared said, "Oh." Glenn said, "Creek should be perfect all weekend. It's supposed to rain from Monday until Thursday." Jesus, that's not what the weather said. When I got in trouble for being the weatherman, run the creek while it's pissing the rain is awesome. I disagree totally. As a guy who has fallen on slippery rocks, I am out.
R.I.P. Squish Top.
Let's see.
Have you seen the Smith Built Scale Designs YJ half door panels? I have not.
Is that? No.
What?
I don't. I'm not a Jeep guy, so I can guess those are half doors. Past that, I haven't seen anything. We were just discussing half
I
doors
assume
today.
it's the door panels that are just for half doors. I may have seen those actually on.
Then yes, I have.
Colts.
Yeah, it's on Colts. I did see that because I was on Colts the other day. Brett said supporting the event as a vendor can get spendy, but it's way cheaper than Axial Fest. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Like Axial Fest is stupid. Like that is out of reach. I mean, I don't know how many people. Like it would have to be RC every day, Harley size, like or what's Kevin Talbot size. Like that's the only way I could even justify that. Want to buy my new in the box 1/7 scale MK07? I do not. No.
No thanks.
I have a 6, and I will be maybe buying one more, and that's about it. The first 3 to 4 BTC events were amazing, cheap, no crowds, tons of fun.
I mean, I've had fun, and I mean, Matt covered the vending spot years prior. I chipped in this year, but
Yeah.
so like, it's not been that expensive for me.
I think lately I've shared with you guys a lot more too. Of saying like, hey, this is get so like I think what's changed a little bit between you, Doug, Logan, and me is I've included you guys in a lot of more of that kind of thing. And not that I don't appreciate everything that they do, and that's kind of part of it.
The problem is
That it's so goddamn expensive, I can't just cover it all.
well, no,
Oh, okay. No, it's not.
a year ago, 2 years ago, you asked us if we wanted our $12 at the end of the year,
Yeah.
and I said reinvest it in the channel, and that's where I fucked up.
You should have taken your 12.
I should have taken my $12.
Yeah. I added up all the money that I made on YouTube and then divided it. However the hell I did it. It was all the Monday Night Lives and then divided it over the course of 12 months and 52 weeks. And it ended up being like, it was like $12.32
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something that we all would have made. And I was like, you guys want your $12 or, so it's a good time. Let's see. That's easy. I can do that later. I guess it's time to do ESC, and I really don't want to. I don't want to work on that truck.
Oh yeah, bust out the K44.
Yes, sir.
Rob said, I hope he makes enough money to keep doing it. 5 years ago, it was more fun with less people and nobody on the trails. But there are twice as many trails as there used to be.
Yeah. I think him making money is not an issue.
And like we mentioned earlier, where we're able to get in early, so we can go run a trail in the morning before. Usually we're like midway through or finishing up the trail when the gate opens.
Yeah.
So we don't really have. Granted, we only run, maybe one trail a day.
Yeah.
But
I think I'm going to try to run more because, like, literally every time I leave the canopy is when everybody sells things. So I'm just going to try not to be there. like I've said it before, and it's honestly not a joke. Like,
I know.
yeah, I was just saying he can tell you. Like, if I am there, it's like I scare people or something. I'm not sure. I'm like, hey, there, spend some money and let's talk. And like,
You know what it is?
What is it?
When you're there, people talk to you.
Yeah.
So they're focused on talking to you and just kind of glancing at your wares.
Glancing at my wares. Come, ye child. Glance at my wares.
Whereas,
Yeah, here you go. You can have that back.
you didn't like it, huh?
I mean, the bandana was super cooler.
Oh, that's true.
I appreciate it heavily, but
Are those going back on it?
yes. You like? I don't like as much as that, but I like. Anyway,
Do you need scale lug nuts?
I mean, they're your wheels if you want to
I've got them somewhere.
put some in there. Sure. I need you to find somewhere pretty decently quick, you know. Not like right now.
Right now!
Right now. Let's see. Holy cow. Big Egg said, I mean, it's definitely one of the best events in the U.S. The crowds make it even better, I think. I'm sure there's a threshold for chaos, but they've done great management so far. They have. He expanded it last year and kind of spread everything out, and it was a little different. And so it kind of changed some things in the way that we all kind of operated a little bit as far as like buying things, and our 20-minute jaunt to the camper or the campers and back was a little bit longer because we're walking farther because there's more people. But in all honesty, the more people, the more chance I have of meeting people and getting my name out there, selling things. So more people to me is the best as far as I'm concerned. How long have you had this channel and been doing YouTube and live Monday nights? So let me think about that. I was doing it a little bit before. It was right after Sloaney got out, so probably 3 years. I've really been doing, trying to stay consistent with Monday night lives. I've been doing 2 years, I think. Mailbox Monday stuff has been like 3 years or so, and then this has been about 2 years we've been doing lives. Right? 2 years? Yeah, it's 2 years we've been doing lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crow Below Customs, what's going on, dude? How's the wrenching? It's wrenching. I'm feeling very stressed out right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like just looking, like, cause it didn't seem that bad as everything was like a truck, Like it's like, oh, I gotta put the YJ together. Oh, I still gotta put the K10 together. Oh, I gotta do the thing with my dad. But like now, you stack it all up. It's that's what the weather app said yesterday, but it's Kentucky, so it'll change daily. That's pretty much like Indiana too. Jared said, either way, BTC is my favorite event, and I'm ready to see everyone. Same. I am ready to go, but I don't think I'm not literally ready to go, but mentally I'm ready to go and have the weekend off next week. And just kidding. JK?
Yeah, I can't. My tool doesn't fit in there because it's a very tight space.
That's fine.
I mean, you're welcome to.
No. I was just gonna say something about tight spaces, but what a nice problem to have telling sponsors what they're allowed to give. Yeah, kinda. The thing is, I could see people being a tight ass and not being the giving and donating type. Where, like Glenn was saying, I gave $1,000 for the stuff, and didn't think twice about it. There are definitely some people I think that are there, to be fair, that don't make enough money to really justify doing a whole lot of stuff and may not have it, whatever. And then there's other people I think have the money, they just wouldn't do it. I think if you left it completely open, they're like, oh, just send in a donation. They'd send like a sticker sheet, be like, this is from Bob's RC. I could think of
No offense, Bob.
Yeah, sorry, Bob. But yeah. So why not go to Axial Fest just to run? We had talked about that. The problem being is that I only have 2 Axial trucks. my 6, and I have my turtle buggy that is 10.3 based, and it is a terrible trail truck.
And it has all the overdrive.
All of it, like all of it.
You can borrow one of mine. I still have a couple.
Okay. I could take my Scorpion. I could take the driver's Scorpion. If I want to turn
That would be fun.
turn it 32 degrees and not do anything. Let's see. So Jacob S said, "Do the people that camp have access all night?" They do. There is no trail limit time. At
Yeah,
all.
I think there's people that run
All night.
pretty much all night long.
Yeah, I know Friday night they have a night run, and I think usually we get there Sunday, and there's people that are like, we stayed up till 4 a.m. and watched the sun come up as we were going down Trail 6, and they don't wake up until noon or whatever, but yeah, you can do that. I wonder what the event does to Mayfield as a town. I would hope they have seen an economic... Oh, I guarantee it.
It's Maysville.
Yeah, Maysville.
But yeah.
There's no way they haven't, because we leave, I personally need a break. I have to leave. We have to go get an Airbnb or a hotel. I cannot. I need a.
I don't like you guys that much.
I didn't say that, but what I was saying was I need a break.
I said not we.
And if you try to go anywhere, it's freaking packed. Like, because we usually leave before the sun goes down, you're 7-ish or whatever. And we pick one of the restaurants there in town or whatever. If you go to a couple of them, like, we still then have to wait a half an hour to get in. So they have to have had an economic impact. I don't know that they know enough about it, because we kind of say something like, oh yeah, we're here with, Beat the Creek. And they're like, oh, we've heard about that. And we're like, yeah, we're nerds and we play with RC trucks. And they're like, that's real cute, and that cool little Kentucky twang. Yep. But, or they go, what is with all the people? And we're like, oh, there's a shitload of people playing in the woods.
Nerds.
Nerds. Glenn says, this past October was the first time I haven't ran every trail. I hope I can get away from the booth long enough to at least hit my favorites. Yeah. We've just kind of accepted that's part of it. I don't think there's a happy medium. Maybe with you, because your situation's a little different, but like with me, it's literally, that's just part of it. I either have to be in the booth or I'm running out on a trail, and then to me, I'm usually trying to take pictures and video. That way I can kind of justify being away from the canopy, because I really don't like it. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I'll talk to anybody under the sun all day.
Well, and we've talked about it before. Like, at least us two enjoy talking to people.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
like, yes, we get tired of talking to people by the end of the day, but or I do anyway.
I do, and I think the difference is we don't get tired of talking to people like, oh, you guys are annoying, whatever. It's just literally when you spend from 8 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night, literally, hey there, thanks for watching the channel, yada, yada, yada. And you talk to people and we discuss trucks and stuff. It's just like, you're just so exhausted from standing on unlevel ground, with your calves on fire half the time.
Yeah.
And just, it's whatever. I'll do it. It's just, that's just the facts. That's why we leave every night, is just to get that definitive break, So,
Glenn used to camp, but he has crashed at our place he did last time, and I think he's planning on again this time.
John said, damn, I can't believe Jordan said that on here.
John, what did I say?
I'm not real sure what you said eventually, but
I probably meant it.
Cody said, yeah, 100%. Cody said, so my problem is that the Arizona shootout is the same weekend. Maybe next year there won't be, and I can go to both. Choices can be hard. BTC is almost always the first weekend in May, which this year, since May is so far into the week, it just makes it really, really early in May. Because for the last couple of years, it's been between my daughter's birthday and my wife's birthday, and that's been kind of nice, because this year I got to miss one. And I am paying for that. We're going to K-Town for her birthday.
I say Rocktober usually falls on Haley's birthday.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe.
Glenn said, I can name 3 other vendors that got in at bronze that could easily swing gold. The $1,200 worth that I sent added up super fast. I'm sure. Rudy said, to make the scale hardware tool fit small gaps, you can put the tool in a drill and narrow it down with emery paper. That thing's awful thin already. These wheels are like,
Yeah, like it's
there's
M2.5 hardware.
yeah, they're
and-
tiny. That's fine. They're not mine. Anyway, sorry to throw your expensive Amazon
Yeah.
wheels.
Oh, that's Ally Express. Get it
Oh,
right.
sorry, even better. Let's see here. Can also do it by hand, just takes longer. Jason said, so Doug doesn't enjoy talking to people. Doug is definitely not there to do what Jordan and I are doing, for sure. Because he takes his boys. So he's a little more worried about going out with them and, running
Yeah.
trails and stuff. Which is
Whereas I would say, all right, we're going to go run this trail.
yeah. Sometimes literally. I'm going to go see how fast I can get through Trail 3.
Yeah.
And he times himself from the time that he starts until he's done. He's like, did it in an hour and 7 minutes. And he comes back, you think he's going to die for the next hour. But that's his thing. So, it's whatever. We all go for different reasons for sure.
And it's always nice because there's been 5 of us
Yeah.
in the canopy. So, if a couple of us want to go shopping, we can. If a couple of us want to go run a trail, we can.
Yeah.
And then Bill sells all our stuff while we're gone.
Yeah. It's actually really convenient.
Pepe said this is his first year going. We'll be sure to swing by and say hi.
Definitely. For
We
sure.
appreciate it.
For sure.
We'll chat it up.
Yes. We will be there most of the time. You should be able, as long as I get it in time, there'll be a banner out front of my canopy. It might be 2.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, good. I thought I broke that.
Yeah, don't mess up my interior.
Sorry. Let's see. Jake said, then you smash half a large pizza and sleep so good on a half inflated air mattress in a creepy Airbnb. Yeah, pretty much. I need to leave to think of new sales pitch lines. All right, well. Okay.
Like you're leaving now?
Yeah, what?
Okay, love you, bye.
Kayla, you might be careful. Paul and Crawler, hello, sir. You really need a pro mod because the whole summer of not hanging out with you is going to not be so cool.
You can run the YJ.
Okay, there you go. Ryan says, I'm super excited about going to BTC next year. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how you can't be excited about going. It's going to be a damn good time. Got a good show for you. Damn good show.
Oh, Bill's saying he has to leave each night at.
Oh yeah. I think everybody. I think everybody just needs a break. Maybe not needs a break, but it's nice to get a break. It's almost like staying at work. Like if they were like, "Oh, hey, you want to have an air mattress in the back of work and you just sleep here and then come clock in the morning?" Like, nah, I'm good. Hard pass. Thanks though.
Tell the guy to say, will there be F-22s doing flybys during the national anthem? Actually, yes.
Yeah.
And they do it every hour, so it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It gets a little kind of pain in the ass because you have to stop what you're doing. Hand over your chest, over your heart. And
Yeah.
what's your malfunction?
That's not threaded on. It doesn't hit the nylon.
Why not?
Well, how the fuck do I know? It's tight. Like a tiger.
Fuck, send it.
So it's good. Not mine.
Maybe a biplane. Yeah, the biplane has been there the last couple of years, which is pretty cool.
Go ahead.
Does tricks and things.
Yeah. Yes, Big Egg. That was a Hodge Twins reference. You actually understood that. Very nice. Very nice. Got a good show for you. Damn good show. You ever watch those guys?
No.
The Twins, they're, I would assume they're mixed, but they're really, really funny. Could I build one? Maybe it's a 50-50, but I know it wouldn't look good or perform well, and I know I can't afford to buy a cage. You know, I don't see why you couldn't figure something out of BTC. Like, if you could afford to buy a cage, like a tube chassis at Beat the Creek, I don't see why maybe we couldn't figure out how to sneak in a couple little servos and a little VFD, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have the conservative twins now. Yes. Yeah. Huh. Yep. That's why Jordan doesn't watch them. They're conservative.
Fair.
Fucking liberal.
Oh, you motherfucker! You broke my shifter. That's what you broke.
Oh, dang. I didn't break it. It just wasn't glued very well because you can't build for shit.
No, it's broken.
It's not broken.
Scrap the whole thing.
I'll take it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
BOTSG.
Bring on the sweaty guy. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Okay, so I will admit I don't watch them that much if that's something that they say. I usually watch the highlights on YouTube. Fallen says, I do have 2 VFDs on the shelf. Yeah, buddy. Super glue. Oh, bring on the super glue. Okay.
Oh.
That makes more sense. I thought this was conservative twins. I was like, I don't get that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's how it was originally installed anyway.
Yeah, until I broke it off. See, what you should have done was pin it, drill a small, tiny little hole, stick a little plastic rod in there, and then up through the shifter. Or you could buy one of my fancy new Bullman Built shifters that I'm making. You know what I mean? If I can get time to make them. Where do you all eat after you leave BTC?
It's a secret.
I'm not telling you. That is the one thing that I am trying to keep down low because we found a place that's awesome, and we're gonna. But
honestly, every place we've gone has been really good down there. So.
Everybody goes to Pasquale's, and that's an Italian place, and it is freaking good. But everybody in the town knows it's good, so that's the place that I was saying you leave and then you go for like a 35-minute wait because it's freaking packed, and it closes early on Friday, right? And it closes. It was like 8:30 close time on Friday or some shit. It was real weird. Glenn said that's classified info, pulled pork. Yeah, I will share a lot with you, but we have one spot that I refuse to give up because once it blows up, that would suck. He said he's just making sure I find the weak spots before prime time. I would like to see how you would break a shifter out on the trail though if that was going to happen. I mean, I'm sure you could figure it out, but
wait, what?
He said, I'm just making sure you find the weak spots before prime time.
Well, I mean, once it gets its body put on it, I don't see.
Yeah, there's that. See it being a problem.
Yeah. But the body is far enough along that everyone's just going to have to wait till Beat the Creek to see it.
It is sick.
So
it is sick. Are you gonna post pictures after Beat the Creek? Well, after we get to Beat the Creek to like ta-da.
I probably won't post any pictures until I get back.
Dang.
So
let's see here.
You'll have to be there.
Scott Griffin said Sonic. I don't even know where the Sonic is.
I don't either.
Not sure.
The Starbucks in the Kroger always has good drinks.
Yep. We hit the Kroger at the Starbucks every morning. Make sure we have stuff because my dad brings his Blackstone. So, depends on how aggressive of a driver you put in it. Maybe going down the trail and lose his damn shifter. I mean, that's quite possible. Fuck you, Glenn. Fucking bitch.
Glenn's about to find himself camping.
Yeah, homeless in Kentucky. Tell your wife you're being a little bitch.
Speaking of which, I need to make sure Haley has the Starbucks card
filled up. Yeah. She's beside me. Well, okay. So now she knows. Big Egg said home free. What is going on here? I'm struggling with wheel mounting today. I think that one's good.
Yeah, this one's good enough. Oh,
Is it?
yeah,
I mean, it's not even on, right?
yeah,
Did you put it together?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, I've only put one together and I only had one that was done. Well, Glenn's wife, even though I know your name, I won't blow you up over here. Hope you're enjoying your time watching us.
Ooh, Levi's going to be there all 3 days.
Yes! Well, come hang out with us. Not sure how long on Sunday. Sunday's a weird day because some people use it as like let's get out early, miss all the traffic kind of thing, and then like roll out, and kind of get home at a decent time. Some people take advantage of all those people leaving and then they go run trails like crazy on Sunday. I am not one of those people, but
Glenn is still wrenching. He's still trying to figure out how to put links in his buggy.
stupid. Sunday is the day to find the deals. But the thing is, sometimes they're not there. Sometimes they're already sold. But if you get lucky, I've found personally, I don't know about you, but I have found personally that if there is something that I'm eyeballing at Beat the Creek, I am not leaving it there hoping it's still there on Sunday.
Yeah.
There's just too little of a chance that it will be. Jason also said Sundays are for running trails and finding killer deals. Not even working on your buggy. Well, why not? It won't run if you don't work on it. Fallen says I still need to add trucks to the ready pile.
Same.
I think that makes a lot of us, other than those psychopaths that already. Do I need cash for these things, or people PayPal out there? Both. But I would say you're gonna need some money. You have to stop somewhere and swap in.
Yeah, none of that funny money.
Yeah, none of the funny money. You're gonna have to actually get real money. I don't really know how that would work, to tell you the truth. Blind guy said, "Hey guys, hope all is well. Hello, fine sir." Jason said, I'm still hoping to obtain my goal of 2 trails Friday, 3. Good God. The first year we did, we were close to doing a lot of that stuff, and it was not fun. It sounds cool. It sounds cool like on Friday when you're fresh, and you're like, I'm going to go run a bazillion million trails.
Yeah. I think that's why I am okay not running that many trails,
Yeah.
because that first year we ran basically every trail they had.
Yeah.
And I could barely walk to get the car to go home.
Yeah. Glenn said, I don't eyeball anything, but I find my best deals on Sunday. $20 DX5s, $100 whole tables, $100 axles, cheap wheels. Yeah.
I mean,
That's true. I think just the problem being. Is this correct? Yeah, that's correct. Dang, look at that. That thing's so cool. This thing's fucking heavy.
also tell a guy to get with me for cash if we want to. I don't know how easy it is for you to get money.
What are you getting at exactly?
Well, because
Sounds like you're trying to like pimp out his butthole or something.
we can do that too, but but like if he wants to PayPal me money,
Yeah,
I bring him cash.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. Yeah, whatever you want to do, man. 8 trails in 3 days. Good God. Whew. Yeah, Jason, you and Glenn need to get together and.
Doug's alive.
Hi, Doug. I'm only trading money with Haley. I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's probably not a bad idea.
Well, yeah, it wasn't going to be my money.
Yeah, it's still your money. It's not.
Trade me money. It's like $5. That's all,
Yeah.
that's all you're getting.
Oh, shit. I don't know the conversion rate and all that stuff right now. I mean, I'm sure you do, but
Um,
no, I meant telegated.
right. Well, Glenn said he could hit the airport or whatever, and that's why I told him to get with me. If it's easier,
Yeah, just yeah, just print in. Never mind. Don't even worry about it. Anything you need, just get with us, and we will try to make it work for you. Is basically what I was trying to say.
yeah.
No, I'll get USD here in Canada before I come. I'll get 70 cents on the dollar. Oof. Whew. That sounds terrible. Jason said 2 weeks before BTC, terrible timing, sir. We want Doug back. Well, Doug is doing real car things.
Doug has to do real car things in addition to building.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the end of my 2 million driver, I believe, or 2.5, I believe. I've grounded down to a little nubby.
Do you want to borrow mine?
Yeah, probably.
It's not a hammer. Oh God, volume.
Yeah, I had Kirby order me 4 of them.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, you gonna take that to sell it? Since it hasn't run for 6 years or something like that, whatever that time hop thing was.
No.
There you go. Thank you. Okay. Cool. Oh, golly. Jake said I got a VR set today. I've never felt like a bigger boomer in my life. I'm very lost. But that sounds so cool. I'm not gonna lie about it. I want one. I just can't justify it for the reason I want one.
Porn?
Yes. Gay porn, actually, to be more specific.
Oh.
I want one to put in a truck and go crawling with. I think that would be freaking cool. Especially, what would make it super cool?
VR or FPV?
Oh yeah, not VR. FPV. Sorry, I was thinking, what the hell are you doing with VR?
Porn.
Porn. That's a good point. Shit. Hey, can I look at these real quick? Cool.
I guess.
Thanks. Just looking. Don't worry about it. Did you have to? What'd you do for your upper link? Is it just this one,
Upper link.
or the upper steering for the to go from the arm to the drag link?
I don't know.
God, you're worthless. $2.50 on Amazon. Paid for it at 3 p.m. at work. Got it. Damn, that's crazy. I mean, I can do that too, but I live like 6 minutes from an Amazon warehouse. That's the crazy thing is I know what's in stock over there because sometimes I'll order something and it's like it can be there by 3 p.m. today. I'm like, oh, you have it in stock over there then, huh?
Yeah, I don't have anything that.
Cool.
Yeah. I think I'll use these metal plates instead of the carbon fibre.
Little carbon fibre, eh? Glenn said, just gotta get a radio link get a radio link transmitter and their FPV camera for it. It's like $60. I'm crawling the barn and FPZs. God, I don't know if I could do that. There's one in Whitestown that has its perks for short. I don't know that I could do FPV in the barn with anything I cared remotely about. But what I was getting at beforehand though was, how cool would it be if I was sitting there, you know, like I'm doing the thing and I'm driving, and then you were like, hey, like spotting me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're all like, hey, turn left. Like, all right, cool. Taking a left. What the fuck did I just do that earlier? I may need your 2.5 again. DR Custom Wiring. Hello, sir.
Do you want a new tip?
I mean, if you have one, I'll definitely take it. That's the best part. I don't care about any of them. I bet you're wrong. Did you two see a guy on the SCX 6 page selling a JLU 4-door Jeep body in clear? I messaged him about it twice and liked my reply, and I messaged him again today and no reply. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. It was interesting, I guess I should say. Because, I don't know, something about that gave me weird scammy vibes, so I don't need it, but I definitely saw that. The clear JLU body.
I didn't see it.
Ryan said he messaged a guy and he never got back with it. Can I borrow your 2.5 to swap my 2? Or your 2 to swap my 2?
Bye, Glenn.
Bye, Glenn. Bye, Andrea. Let's see here. There it is right there. Tell you what. Imagine the truck rolling over down a hill and then yeah, exactly. William Chandler, hello.
Good evening.
My cohort did not tell me you were here. Thank you, sir. Love you, mean it. Love you, bye. Did you wear out a Vanquish tip? Oh yeah, that's probably like the 9th or 10th one.
Is it really?
For my 2mm? Yeah, I wear those out a lot. I had a bunch on hand, but I kill them. And I don't think it's VP's fault by any means. I think I just use them so much. I would murder an MIP or whatever. Dude, my MIP is 8 years old. I don't think it's the tool's fault. I think it's something I do.
It's definitely the tool's fault. That tool.
Anyway. I just think it's something I do, or I just use it so much because, I also, like do things like this where I'm using the bolt to pull the wheel together. It's the user, I agree. I mean, that's okay. It's okay. I do. Oh, Jesus. They are not hammers or punches. That is not true. They are definitely hammers. I don't know about a punch. I have an actual punch, so I don't usually use it as a punch, but by God, I'll use that handle as a hammer.
Every time.
All the time. All the time, every time. I mean, they're heavy. They work really well as a hammer. So what you doing over here? Like I see kind of what you're doing.
I'm swapping skids because I at some point busted the 3D printed one. Which is why it's sat on the shelf for quite a while.
Gotcha. Rudy said good for levers too. I don't think I've ever used one for a lever, but I'll check that out now. Yeah, using the handle as a hammer is what dulls the tip. For sure. Makes sense. Because when I swing it, it rubs against my palm, and that's what wears it down.
Makes sense.
Pretty sure that's exactly how that happens. That's why when I snap on screwdrivers, they are chisel bar pliers. Precisely. So my cousin got bit by the crawler bug. Now I'm building 2 more trucks for him, and he wants an unlimited buggy. Is that who was with you the last time? I never got to that part. Colorado Adventure Club said exactly. Yeah, my hands are pretty rough. They will wear down a handle or a tip pretty easily. Okay. I wondered who that was. I didn't know if you worked with him or whatever, but cool. And I can't remember what his name was. Because that happens a lot. Dude. A lot of times with names, my brain, it just like, it goes in one side and then directly right out the other.
I can recognize your face most of the time, but...
Well, that's like, half my friends that are on Facebook, I'd never really knew in person. It was like, you're the guy that drives that lifted yellow Chevy pickup, right? Yeah. Okay. My name's Kyle, by the way. Okay, hey, Kyle. Like... Is that a capper skid? Ew. Robbie or Robert? That's right. I wanted to say Bill, but maybe it was Bob. I don't know. I don't remember. Bill, Bob, Ben, Brian.
So it is a capper skid.
Ow.
I thought about putting a VFD in it, but I was like, that seems like a waste of a VFD for this thing.
Truth. Big truths.
This thing's kind of a pain in the ass to work on.
Yeah, it's because cappers are stupid. Bill is my name, but I hate when people call me that. I'm not my dad. I never would. I've heard people call you like Willie or something. I never heard anybody call you Bill.
I heard somebody call him Bill the other day, and I was like,
Really?
who the hell are they talking to?
Who the fuck you talking to? Not Bill. Couldn't be Bill. Ah, shit. Yeah, I never would have called you Bill. That's, my dad, on the other hand, called him Bill all the time. Usually it's followed with, damn it, or Leeds. I'm okay with Willie. That's what everyone at work calls me. That's what it was. Because I think you were telling me something about work one time. And you were like, yeah, they said, hey, Willie, or something. I was like, who the fuck is Willie? Like, why are you telling me a story about Willie? All right. I would say we need to do some tie rod work here. Got a little... That helps it climb better from what I understand.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's my story, at least. This is so much fun. I'm not burnt out at all. La-da, la-da, la-da-da-da-da. Right? Right? We are having fun. This is a blast. Whee!
This is fun.
The best decision I made was to be a YouTuber. This is amazing. I love working on trucks with no pressure.
Doesn't it sound believable?
Yes. Someone started calling me that 12 years ago at work, and I just went with it. I could see that. I mean, sometimes it's not worth arguing over. There are a few dudes at work that call me Matthew, which I normally don't let happen. Usually, if you didn't change my diapers and you call me Matthew, it's funny. We're having a discussion. But these two guys, well, honestly, it's the three guys I know, and they're all three really religious. I've discovered that here lately. That if you are really religious, I think they call me Matthew for whatever reason. Because my dad's buddy Carl does it. But I mean, he's also known me damn near long enough to change my diapers, so I don't really bother with it. But these two guys are... They're not Jesus, but they do love him, from what I understand.
Go in the hole! Sorry.
Good job. Guess what time it is?
Time for Keely to bark.
Yes, that time. So, we haven't asked in a while. What did you guys have for dinner? This used to be a staple of Monday Night Live, and we have just slacked. What did everybody have for dinner? We are curious. Well, I'm curious. Jordan's bi-curious, but that's what Call me a tool. How much were those 70-kilo cocaine servos or whatever that is?
They were like $20, $24, like that.
Cool. You said you have one?
Yeah.
Can I borrow it until one gets here from Amazon?
Yeah, I'll go grab it.
Titties. So, Big Egg said, mini corn dogs. I haven't seen pulled pork comments since we told them that we won't tell them where the spot is. I just noticed that. Steak, shrimp, and green meat casserole. Fuck, that sounds good. I do love green meat casserole. Jake said, I had tacos and leftover apple pie. John Lau says, cheesy hot dogs on the grill with baked beans and potato chips. Sounds pretty good. Dustin said, lunch meat sandwich between dance and ball practice. It's crazy around here on Mondays. I get it. Jason says, what happens if you haven't had dinner yet? You can look into the future and assume what you'll have later. I don't know. Ryan Davis had chips. Ooh. I don't know if I'm saying this. Your Kia 360? Your Kia 360 said sushi. That sounds good.
That is speaking our language.
Yeah. Jordan and I do love some sushi.
Thanks, babe.
Thanks, babe. Thanks for putting clothes on this time, too.
Stop it. I had a ginormous towel. I just forgot.
I didn't see a towel.
I'm gonna punch you in the head.
It's funny.
She actually will punch me, so I won't say anymore.
Yeah.
Tonight's dessert are break and bake cookies.
Yeah, boy. Jason said ham, cheese and potato casserole, and sweet potato casserole. Damn, getting all the casseroles. William said, I did good to have... Fuck, shit. Hang on, I hit the wrong button. Boomering over here. I did good, had dinner early tonight. We keep forgetting to have dinner since we have a tiny human that cries. Man, I understand. I think a lot of us probably understand everything you're saying. Jason said, oh wait, hang on. DR said, wait, what kind of show are you guys having over there? What the hell? Oh, you missed all that. Yeah. Haley came through the basement naked. Fresh out of the shower.
When Matt...
Naked as a jaybird.
Yeah, right.
She came through in a towel, blazing through. I think it's the fastest I've ever seen her move ever. I looked up just in time to see like a towel and hair go up the thing, and she is not okay with it. She thinks that like we all saw her naked.
Well, it wasn't even because you were here. It's because we were live.
She's behind the friggin' thing. Like, whatever. Jason said leftovers from Easter and a big glass of 1% milk. Okay. Otto Waldorf said, your mom. Fair enough. You know, if people really knew my mother, they would make less jokes about anything about her.
Same.
Let's see. Oh, you got yours going to the patent. What? I see now. Walls. That sucks.
Why?
Because the servo's over here. Well, just because this one's double shear over here, so now you got to put a spacer in there, right?
No, I swapped knuckles off the other K44.
Bitch. Yeah, I can't do that. Okay, well, fart. I gotta take the tire off anyway. Yeah.
It'll be fine without being double shear.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. I mean, the tires aren't big enough to really hurt it. As I say that, I'll break the shit out of everything now. What was I gonna say? Oh, my mother. My mother was so wonderful that my wonderful father didn't even stay with her. So that's how wonderful she was. But they were young, young and not in love. Maybe they were. Fuck, I don't know. At some point in time, I guess, or else I wouldn't be here. Well, maybe not. That's not necessarily true. Shit. Balls ass.
No wonder I put this thing off for so long.
No shit. I was messing with something the other day, and I was like, oh, I should really do this. And I got it out and got it together, or started messing with it, and I was like, this is why I haven't fixed this yet. Because this thing's stupid. I don't remember what it was, though. I know. Cool story.
Yeah.
I wanted to put an interior in the F-Doy. Because, a year and some change later, I still haven't done that, but that didn't seem like fun either.
What was that?
Put an interior in the F-Toy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this won't be bad. Just joking. Jesus.
Oh, Ryan had brats and chips.
Hell yeah. God damn. Dude, this tie rod's like 900 feet too short.
Why?
I don't know. Probably because you stole yours off something else or something. I don't know.
What did you use?
The one off the Yoda.
That's what I used.
Well, no. They're different. Yours has the bendy dude. This is not a bendy dude.
Oh, mine's the Yoda too.
Is mine? Is this not a Yoda too?
I don't know.
It would be in a brand new short wheelbase? Guess not. I don't know. I'm not a Jeep guy. Has nothing to do with it. Where's that servo at?
I'll go grab it.
Okay.
Easier than
Telling me where it is. Let's see. Swampers RC, hello. Ryan said, my comment should have said, oh, okay, never mind. William said, I'm putting this truck together from extra parts I have laying around. This Hobby Wing 1080 I have has 2 extra leads coming from the ESC. Ever seen that? Swamper says for lights. Big Egg said it's for programming options, pretty sure. I don't do a lot of Hobby Wing things, so I can't really... Dang, it comes with a metal arm too?
Yeah,
this motherfucker fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see here. How do you have yours? I'm just gonna copy your truck. Oh my god! What kind of piece of shit is this thing?
A quality one.
Oh, okay, sure. That's what we'll call it. Okay. Would you rather have another one of these, or you just want me to like PayPal you $20 or whatever the fuck it is? Order another one, send it to Niller Bear Customs.
That's fine.
Okay. Like drag brake, one maybe telemetry if the receiver was capable of it. It has the port on the ESC itself for programming. It's two single wires, a white and a yellow. That's signal and positive, right? I don't know. That'd be a Dustin question, honestly, because I don't know. I'm barely qualified to do much more than look at things. And that's even a stretch sometimes. Is there a screw in there? What is that? I'm good. I think so. Let's see here. Yeah, my only thought would be Dustin can Signal for telemetry, I bet. Signal for programming. Similar to a castle. One is for drag brake, the other is for real drive mode. What is that? It has 3 wires in a connector, red, white, and black. Pull plus the other 2. Newest 1080 has on-the-fly drag brake adjustment via separate wire. Oh, so like a castle. That's pretty cool. Fallen says dinner time. See you soon. All right, sir. Check back in with us later if you want to, or we will see you next Monday. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us. We missed you. I miss you. Don't waste your time on voice inside. That played in Uncle Bill's when I was there, and I was singing it exactly like the shirt says.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lady that walked by and caught me and looked at me, and I was like, "Yep, you're correct. I'm stupid. You're not hearing things. I am in fact an idiot." Don't waste your time on me. He won't understand all that, so I should be able to run it like an older one, right?
Yeah, I would just.
Yeah. You want to see if you can braze the new jig. I saw that today. That was super cool. Voice inside my head. I don't know if I can. I don't know how that's gonna work. I would honestly, if you want to send one, I'll see if I can TIG it once we get back from BTC, for sure. We're gonna fire up them Tiggy boys. Can't wait. Let's see. If say it's for receiver ports, I don't know much about them, but what is mentioned above is a good possibility. What? Doug said I'm going to power up my 40 kg in a bit. I'll let you know how well it seems. This one's a 70. This has got 70 grams of kilos in it. Or something.
It's a lot of drugs.
Yes, it is. What did you do with the... is that a custom mount you got your transfer case set on now? Or
Yeah.
what?
She's flipped.
With all the overdrives?
No. You have to move gears around to get the overdrive, I think.
Okay.
Or you have to flip the gears around to not get the overdrive, maybe.
Okay.
That is another one of those, it was already done.
Ah. Damn it.
But it has a little plate, kind of like my K10.
How could I incorporate that kind of method into these as well as the TIG? I don't know. You could, man. You just need you need so much room in the joint for all the heat, because they'll just melt the shit out of them. Any ideas?
No.
I don't either. I would love to be able to help you, and I will always, support, push whatever you have going on. But I don't think I have that one stuff. I have the what's that called? It's like
The
wet
stuff.
wet rag shit or something like that. I have that, but I've messed with it like protecting things, and it's just like wet shit, and it'll burn the moisture out of it. It'll save whatever's behind it, but I don't know. I heard that some of the dudes did the Harley Rockabilly with a torch. Dang. That's crazy. I don't know, man. I legitimately don't know. Oh, what is this? I might be able to squish this down to make this shock work.
Yeah, you need 80s.
Motherfucker.
So I'm gonna leave mine as it sits because the shocks on the front of the axle also limit steering.
Jesus! Why are we doing this? What kind of stupid are we?
A special kind.
Oh, that makes sense. Shocks in they don't limit steering. Oh, yep, they do. Never mind, JK. And there's no way to make that even look remotely scale and okay, is there?
I'm going to build shock towers.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Not now, but eventually down the road.
Correct.
2027. Scale, stupid scale. Truth. I don't know. It definitely challenges you differently. It's for sure. Because not only are you building things, but you're building things that need to look real. It's just a whole different vibe. You know what I mean? Speaking of Mexican tacos.
Good vibes.
G'day, guys, from Down Under, RC Granny. How are you?
Also, we missed Doug's comment of, oh, big boy. I don't know if they're actually going to be worth a damn, but we'll find out. Because you have it in that, and then I put mine in the K10.
Yeah. What kind of BEC does the 1080 have? Or the Fusion?
I don't know.
She said, good, thanks, just cold and wet. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. It's been warm and wet here. It's not really all that great. And windy as shit. It was super windy today. You didn't go do the work thing. Yeah, I didn't think so.
I did the work thing.
There's not anywhere else.
I didn't actually go anywhere.
Swampers, these are break and bake, but they're still quite delicious.
They're just Kroger. Not even anything fancy.
Go in your fucking.
Cody said that's why I enjoy the new buggy scene. I like seeing the drivers in there instead of the battery. Yeah. The problem being, once you have one truck with a driver, now everything else looks stupid.
Yeah.
Now you have to have drivers, and those things are like $20 plus all the freaking clothes and everything. More effort involved. It is, but it's nice. It's not. I don't know. It's a good way to keep pushing yourself, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Egg said 4 amp BEC in the Fusion SE 2-in-1. You know what that means? That means what needs to happen is I have to have somebody do some direct power. Just throw a
You gonna put a G13 in?
G13 in a truck with 3.7 inch tires. Hell yeah, brother. Let me make you and Jordan. What? Oh, dude, I was gonna ask you about that, but I didn't want to. I don't know. I was gonna ask you if you did anything like that. If you want to do a driver figure of me, I am freaking in. And Jordan.
Yeah, those are pretty rad.
That is super cool. I didn't know if you did that or like. Jordan's gonna have to be a little shorter than 6 inches tall. He doesn't scale. He doesn't scale out like that.
Keep him the same width, just a little shorter.
Flip him sideways. He needs to be that wide and that tall.
Whoa! All right. I'm gonna go eat my cookies and cry.
Oh, shit. Silver says, gotta do them all. Yes, sir. All Train Chassis works. Evening, everyone. Don't forget to hit the like button to help your favorite YouTuber's least favorite YouTuber. Yes, please. Always appreciated. Colorado Adventure Club says, I can do both of you. Yeah, babe.
Whoa.
All right. Giggity.
It's back to that kind of show, huh? Just put an egg in the passenger seat.
Yeah. You know what? How cool would a comp be if you had to carry an egg, which is like a rubber band holding it in? You had to drive smoothly enough to not dump it out. Challenging. Okay, well, that's as far as I can get with this. There's none. They don't droop. They don't go up. It just kind of sits there. Flex for at least seconds. Oh yeah, but do it for the gram. What is that, ½ inch or so?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I need to copy your plate.
Grab my center console and my shifter since they're separate.
So sorry. Fucking crybaby. What you got going on there?
So it's just a little.
Oh, you just added to, well, whoever just added to this. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I can do that. Never mind then. I'll use my calipers and I'll get fancy and everything. All right, well, that's my YJ TF2.
And here's my YJ TF2.
Same.
And welcome to Jackass.
Must be balling to waste eggs like that. I mean, we'll chip in for a carton. Oh, let's see. That was fun watching Hobby Drop's new video. He did that. What? Oh, really? About the egg? That's pretty cool. The egg was in a bag and the shock tower hooked. What? The egg was in a bag and the shock tower hooked the bag. It fell out and broke it. Damn. Colorado Adventure Club. Do you have enough filament for Matt's gourd? Listen, you know what? I got 3 printers to handle it. Dude, that would be so cool. I would put that in my pro mod in a second. For sure.
You know, it's a shame there's some people don't watch us anymore because we are doing a lot of TF2 things. They'd be so proud.
Yeah. You know what, though? I don't really care. I know. Fuck them.
All right. Also, where are you supposed to put batteries in these stupid things?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
So I think I'm probably gonna have to run my little 650 or 850s.
I was thinking under here.
Well, I also thought about that, like build a little gas tank that somehow
does something.
But I don't know if I can fit a battery if it's wide enough for a battery.
Or just in the interior. You just make it the seat base.
No, I think I'm going to build a little battery tray sits over the motor, which is not really going to be.
It's fun shipping naked dudes in a box together.
I'm glad I had to approve that.
Fully posable. That's cool. That's super cool. I cannot wait for that. That'd be awesome. You know what else I forgot to do? I didn't bring any of the bolts to put this back together. So that's inconvenient. I bet I can probably make it work, but
What a statement to be able to make.
there we go. Yeah, see? Yeah. See?
Yeah, I need to fire my printer up or your printer up and get those inserts going. 'Cause these tires look way better.
Yeah.
Pollen's actually narrow.
Yeah. Instead of also short and fat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. I like them. I hope they do well because the body's heavy enough or, whatever.
Yeah. Which I think I have.
I mean, it's not like I'm running a TF2 for performance,
Oh yeah, this one tire has a dual stage in it.
The one tire?
There's just the one. Yeah.
It's good. It's a nice, even number. I also flipped the shackle mount, which basically just keeps the rear leaves just locked backwards.
Why?
Well, because if I didn't, it sat like that. I don't know. I might flip it back. It just made sense at the time.
All right.
Made sense, okay? Why are you always judging me, you judgy little bitch? Judgy ass little bitch.
Yeah, I'm running out of room quickly in the damn YJ.
Yeah. Where have you seen other people put the battery?
I have no idea.
Okay. They're just shelf queens. Just don't even.
No, people run them, but I would assume they're probably in the bed, just chilling there.
Yeah. Yeah. I really want to put like a fuel cell or something under it. That way I can put a battery in it and still be hidden.
I mean, obviously, the fuel cell that it comes with is not big enough.
No. Obviously. Obviously.
Well, so my plan is to have.
Lordy.
I've got my front seats, and a console with a separate shifter.
Mitch. There it is. Daddy-o.
And then I've got a back seat as well, which kind of takes up most of that space, which I guess I could probably slide it forward and put something here and kind of cover it up, but
That doesn't sound fun at all.
it doesn't sound fun, especially getting the battery leads from all the way up here to all the way back here, which I could probably bring it up between here and I don't know. I'll figure something out.
That sounds good. I like the I don't know part. That's really creative.
But I was very proud of my interior work. It's coming along nicely.
It looks good. It looks good, especially for a disabled guy.
Yeah. It was really cool when the shifter was attached, but
My bad. Jesus.
yeah, Cody said in the seat under a tarp. To the right person, that may be a good problem to have.
What?
Oh, that it's been crazy. I think is what he was referring to. Swampers RC. I've used the body lift on all of my TF2s. Gives me room for a battery pack under the floor. So, unfortunately, with the interiors of the YJs, they sit on the floor.
Yeah.
So even a 5 or 10 millimeter body lift is not going to be enough.
Yeah. Plus, that's going to look really weird with tiny tires.
Yeah.
They're already venturing into like those tires are too small. I don't know where that went. That bitch is gone now. Oh, there it is.
The back seat hollowed out and put a 450 in there.
It's too short. It's the back seat's not big enough.
There's not really. Yeah, the back seat is pretty tiny.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'll probably just build. There's enough room here, like to build a battery tray. Granted, it's going to be high up, but
You mean granite?
no. Granted.
Yeah, it's granite. I know that.
Anyway,
Granite.
put me a little sheet of granite here and just put it here,
Put it where?
right here, over the motor.
Oh, okay. Granite over the motor's a little interesting. It's an interesting concept. I'm gonna steal 4 more screws. Sorry.
Don't break any more of my interior, damn it.
Try to.
I spent a lot of time on this.
Fuck.
I've been watching all sorts of episodes of Breaking Bad while painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Run the battery leads through a scale exhaust.
Like a dual exhaust. Yeah.
This little, yeah.
Definitely. I mean, that's definitely an option for sure.
I tell you what, I'll let you do that Thursday night.
Yeah, that does sound terrible to do.
Yeah, I couldn't find my steering wheel. And well, actually I have the steering wheel, but it's not very it's weird looking. I'm not really a fan of it.
You're weird looking.
That's fair.
Yeah, I found all my screws.
Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it looks good in general. Like, it looks really good in person as well. 10. I give that interior a 10.
And I don't know if you guys watched
Not really.
the YJ video that Matt put out this morning.
No.
Hold on to my shifter.
God damn it.
I lopped the stupid looking shift boot off and then built my own shift boot.
But
And then the shifter would normally go there, but it's broken at the moment.
crazy how that works.
And then I built it, and then I've got the transfer case. I even built a little e-brake.
Looks like a 4-drive shifter.
That one? Mm-hmm. Good, because that's what it is.
I thought you said it was an e-brake.
No, the e-brake's right here.
Oh, now I see it. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
When you showed me earlier, you pointed to that 4-drive shifter, and I was like, okay, that's an odd place for an e-brake, but whatever. Bitch. Bitch.
If you're not doing an engine, under the hood is the logical place. Yeah. There's just not a whole lot of room.
Yeah. That's what sucks about, like those tiny buggies, like moon buggy stuff, and just all this is like, when you're dealing with a Jeep that's open in the interior for one, and then, the short wheelbase and all that, there's just not a lot of room for anything.
Yeah, like I'm even running a Fusion so that I don't have an ESC.
Yeah.
But I think there's enough room. I can put the receiver on one side, put my power switch on the other inner fender. Run it on solar.
It's now a Tesla.
I did not build the floor. That was a 3D file that we bought that came with.
I just remembered that you put D's nuts on the lock nuts in your thing as a label.
Oh, yeah.
I just opened it and saw it again.
I didn't do that.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Was that the missus?
Yes.
God, bummer. All right, go ahead with your story.
Anyway, so the file came with the inner fenders, the firewall, the floor, the center console, dash. It came with the full interior, but the seats that came with it, they do fold, which was kind of nice. But they were like
weird.
And it was like as nice as the rest of the interior it is, or is as nice as the rest of the interior is. That just looked like that was the first thing that they had ever designed.
Yeah.
It was real blocky, and then the rear seat was literally a block. So I found different files for the seats, which are more accurate to a YJ. Chad, good evening.
Hi.
Happy Monday to you as well.
Yes, sir.
Fucker.
Fucker. Fucker. Boom. One truck. Almost down. Just got to drill a hole for the transfer case. Make some drive shafts. All this fits under the cab. And I have to figure out somewhere to put the battery in this too. I think it fits here. Pretty sure it fits on the slider. Pert near.
Yeah, I don't have a battery spot for mine either. I think I'm going to take this little cross member and put a plate here, because that's just behind the interior, and I think is enough room to sit
Basically
it.
what I did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I connected mine to this cross member here. So it goes under here, screws in, and then it's just pressure fit.
I've got another cross member right here.
Well, I bought mine used, so I don't really know.
Same.
What the fuck? God, you just keep having cooler stuff than me. I don't like it. Stupid. Can I borrow that for a second?
That. There's a lot of stuff over
The K10.
there. Yeah.
I was gonna get it, but thank you anyway. I need to make sure my bumper's set at the correct
Oh, mine has bumpers.
farts. Never mind. JK.
Raffle.
Raffle. I need a sensor wire that's 9,000 million long too. And I should probably end up putting a servo on this. Or a servo on. Don't waste your time.
Also, I found in my bag of goodies, I have mirrors.
I hate you.
What?
Battered booties.
Oh.
Booties.
Do you need mirrors?
No, I have plenty of I have these mirrors and I have real mirrors. I bought these on the Amazon or eBay, I believe. They're all side mirrors. Some of them are like OBS looking, kind of.
Yeah.
This one looks like it belongs. I think they're drift car parts. These are tiny. But
Well, I have two sets if you need us.
I have another set as well. I bought some off of CC Hand, I think.
I wish they were rubber.
These guys?
Are they rubber?
No, they're real though. It might be Tamiya. I mean, I broke your shifter. It's only fair.
True. What else I got in here?
Is your vagina in there somewhere?
Nope.
Your balls?
Maybe. I have the CC Hand white buckets.
I got those. I have those in my box.
And the CC Hand lenses.
I got those.
And Tamiya lenses. And the turn signals.
I got those. I believe I got those. I don't know if I have the actual lights.
You should.
I just got the turn signals. I don't think I got the actual wiring.
Mine came with it.
Yours is probably a knockoff.
Why would mine be the knockoff? It has the lights. And a driver.
Oh yeah, that's a Tamiya driver. I bought like 12 of those steering wheels from Kirby. That is a terrible steering wheel.
That's the one
I
it
know.
has.
Yeah. I was gonna say something about that earlier. That steering wheel is hot garbage. Like, it's
I don't know if you can see that.
just picture a
It's a very simple.
dog shit in a circle.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Also, this dash, the sides are different than our dash. But this is clearly, like,
What dash is that?
this is the one that came with it.
Oh, okay.
But, like, these are clearly the door panels,
Right.
but, and then this was, like, glued on.
Hell yeah, brother. Oh, was it glued into the actual interior? Is that what you do?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Swampers RC took his comment back.
Oh no! Don't retract your comment. So does BTC have a show and shine?
Yes.
Yes and no.
They're doing one.
Joe's not.
Somebody is.
I think it was Austin was doing it. Somebody's doing one.
So it's
a very interesting situation as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, the way it works is basically Joe owns it, and he's like, "Hey, look, this is what we're having," and then they have the little shootout thing and like their little Rocks Creek doodad, whatever. And I think that's really the only event he does. After that, it's just everyone else going. Really the only event he does.
Oh my god!
After that, it's just everyone. What are you doing?
It did it on its own.
Anyway,
I think the tire hit it.
Anyway, after that, it's just people like Colton at RC Chop Shop is having a TF2 run, and other people are going, "Hey, let's have 6 runs or whatever," and it's not organized, I guess, by Joe. It's just random people deciding, "Hey, this sounds like a cool idea." So, however you want.
But anyway,
to,
somebody is doing.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was getting at. Like, however you want to call that. Yes. What is that? Are those Jolandes?
They are.
I don't feel like. It's fine too. I don't care. I don't feel like messing with that right now.
So what you need to do
Oh boy.
is take the front shocks off of that and put some 90s on the front of that, since you already have the taller towers, and then take the 80s and put it on the front of your YJ.
I don't know if I have 90s. I may. I got some RC full drive shocks that we bought at Rocktober. I do have Old Man Emu ones, but those are the nitrogen.
Nitro Charger.
Yeah, boy. See, you have a lot more room because they're scale engine too. I rotated mine's built for performance, not looks. Ow, shit.
Yeah, because I always build my TF2s for performance.
I mean, look at it. Would you just look at it? Just look at it.
Especially when I put 3 leaves per pack.
Yikes. Let's just support that big heavy boy.
It's a big bitch.
It's a big girl. There we go. What you got there? A recipe?
Yep. It's not as cool. It's only from July 30th of 2021.
Big Egg says usually 30 to 50 trucks in at max. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be, because I asked what kind of trucks are welcome, because I wanted to bring the Burb. So he said it was fine. I don't know. They usually have an event board posted up somewhere near the metal building each day. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think Joe's the organizer for a lot of that stuff. Swamper says, my Jeep is a custom linked chassis with one of those 2017 toy bodies that were being imported before the Jeep bodies came out.
Like the 2-door JKs?
Oh, like the Enjoras?
Or 4-door JK?
JK. Just kidding.
Well, I guess I'll have to wait and see, but I'll probably put my TF2s in. How many trucks can I put in the show and shine?
I'm not running it.
Move my whole table over there.
There you go. Attaboy. I'm gonna miss hearing that. I don't know why. I feel like we're talking about Logan like he's dead sometimes, though. He's probably just sitting at home going, dude, I just can't come.
I can't make one event.
I'm not deceased.
Big Egg said they're letting 1/6 in the shootout this year. He thinks he'd seen.
Yeah, but if you've watched it, it doesn't matter. It's a rift race. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
You can run whatever the hell you want to, but the rift, and especially like if it's built into like a bouncer or something, that just eats everybody's lunch.
Dustin said, back during the OG days, I won a Class 3 trophy. It's a rock-painted BTC.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is kind of cool. Back then, there wasn't nearly this many people.
I inquired about a custom BTC thing the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah. At one of the surfboards, actually. Did you see one of those?
Nope.
Yeah. Robert Gunning actually makes his thing is Squirrel's Original Art or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but he paints scale surfboards, and some of them are freaking rad. So he's doing one up for me, which I thought was super freaking cool.
Swamper said exactly like those. So one of the like Enjora bodies.
Yeah. Dude, have you seen what those things are already going for now that you can't get the 2-doors?
I've been looking for one.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to sell any, but
Isn't like you have multiples. I thought about hitting up. Rob has one that's comp cut, I think.
yeah.
Um,
I have the green one that was on that skeleton. I think is where it was at. I can't remember. Oh, nice. Just a little bit of grease and dry as F. Dry AF.
Bill, we need to teach you how to do some maintenance on your trucks.
He bought it brand new, put a battery or a body on it, and said, "Let's go." I need some more paper towel. Some bitch. You're almost out back there, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not. Next week, I'll bring you some sour cream and some paper towel to make up for all the things you give me. He's a yes. Robert is a talented person. I did not realize that he was the one that made that van, the green van with the stuff on it. Big Egg said they're heavy though. I'm really not going to. Big Egg said super glue the shifter on real quick. I'm not really going to use it. I just think it'd be cool to have it. I'll probably like hang it up in the scale shop or something. But yeah, they are super cool. I got mine for 25 about 6 or 7 years ago. Damn. I didn't realize he'd been doing it that long. He had some really cool designs. Like my thing is I'm not really a surf guy. But then I saw some other stuff he makes. He makes 3D printed drum barrels that are open top that you can make into like trash cans and stuff. Kind of thought about snagging one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if he can paint my big stupid face, as my friends call it, with my logo.
I think that's your dead friend that said that. My dead friend. R.I.P. Him and the Pope.
VIP. Him and the Pope. That's funny. That's funny.
So I made a joke about that this morning.
Oh boy.
How'd that go? My mom did not appreciate it.
Is your mom Catholic?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, because the whole family was talking about it in the family group chat.
Yeah.
And a different part or side of my family, there's a running joke. One of the popes years ago he resigned
Okay.
right before Easter. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm thoroughly excited to see where this is going.
So my stepbrother, you know, like the saying, like, does a bear shit in the woods?
Yeah.
He was like, does the Pope quit before Easter? And everyone's like, the fuck?
It's funny.
So that's been the family joke for a long time. And so I was like, so do we need to change it from does the Pope quit before Easter to does the Pope die after Easter?
I support all of these things.
She didn't find it quite as funny as I did.
She was not amused. It was kind of weird. That's funny. That's a good time.
Tom Frost, good evening.
Hey there, feller.
Ryan said, there's the wicked-looking Jeep buggy everyone loves.
Yep. It's pretty dumb.
It really is.
I'm like I said before, man. I'm super happy that everybody likes you. You know, your buggy and all that stuff. It's just funny that, like, just knowing what it is, it's literally just
Yeah.
just a simple juggy. But, you know, not trying to fucking suck you off over here or anything, but like, It does look good. And being a Jeep guy, which is one of the things I've told everybody about Nillabear, you know, when I bought a couple of them. Being a Jeep guy and having you build Jeeps, they're gonna look better because I'm not a Jeep guy. So I'm not gonna know. Like, I've asked you 1,000 million questions before because I don't know how things look or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Why does my arm hair smell burnt? That's weird. Anyway. Wasn't even around anything hot today.
Well, I think I told you this, that Nillabear 10, I think is going to be the refresh for the YJ buggy.
Yes. So you're basically making this again, but in tube.
Yes. Change a few things, but it'll be very similar.
And then you said this is going down?
This is going to be...
419s.
No, the new one will be 419s.
That's what it was.
I'll leave this one as is, but it'll be getting a new bright TJ front end.
Oh. You have any of those?
I have a few.
Yeah, me too.
Dan, that sign's so covered up, almost didn't notice you guys were live.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on tonight. We've been, I wouldn't say necessarily busy, but we're just, I'm all over the place. I know that much.
What's up, old school SCX10 builder here?
Yo!
Welcome.
What is going on? The Playboy 13420. 132420. Jesus. I tried to say that too fast. It's okay. Awesome.
That guy does.
That guy does do some decent work. He does. He, you know, he's good at what he does. He's good at what he knows. What's funny is, like, I have people, you know, that'll ask me either, like, on comments or whatever, you know, and then just in general of, like, well, if you build two buggies, why do you have Jordan do it? Like, well, the same reason I don't build a Toyota. Or, like, it's going to look better if you do it. And
Somebody asked me that the other day, because...
About building Toyota?
No.
Oh, was it teleguided?
No. Somebody's like, well, does Matt not build his own? I said he does, but he also collects from other people.
Yeah. That's actually one of my favorite things. Because, you know, I've got the turtle buggies and I've got yours and I've got Leif's and stuff. And just seeing how everybody tackles building a tuber is really just, it's always different. So... Ryan said, "Oh, I approve the update build, Jordan. I do too." So, if you do 10, and we've discussed that 12 is my next one. How is that all going to pan out? Like, is that by October, you think, or like?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
So, and I can probably do yours next. I want to reserve 10 for.
That's like a special edition kind of. That's like a number that means something.
Yeah.
Big Egg said it's a new dance called the BTC Scramble.
Shit.
I've been doing.
That's not a new dance.
I've been doing that dance for a couple weeks now. We do it every year.
And both of our wives are apparently the same freaking person, because they said.
Exactly.
It sounds like we had the same conversation within the last couple of days.
Why do you always build stuff new? Just, you know, whatever. It's like
Yeah. Like I told Haley, I try to do at least one new one.
Yeah. Like, that's what I told Lyd was, you know, I can't take the same stuff every year. Not only that, but like doing this, I have to have content that's coming out. So I have to be doing something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And my problem is, if there's not a hard deadline, like Beat the Creek, October.
Like, hey, can I have this by my birthday? What? Who said that?
Were you supposed to have one by your birthday?
I mean, we had discussed the other one being done by my birthday. I think Nillabear 9 was supposed to be done by Christmas or something like that, but that didn't really happen. It's okay. It's all right.
It was done in January.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but that's not Christmas. Anywho,
Glenn got his before Beat the Creek.
yeah. Well, that's also because he's bothered everybody until shut the hell up. Let's see.
Playboy said he put a TRX4 K10 on a stretched SCX10 chassis. There you go.
Yeah.
Need a hard body Suburban.
Good luck. As a person who has bought and built both of them.
Take it easy, Swampers.
Later, man. See you next week, and actually see you here in a couple weeks, I believe, right? Didn't he say he was going? Or next week? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with us. I've tried to build one, and I'm building one. It just depends on your skill level as far as that goes, but like I would consider myself decent, and shit, it's hard. It's so much work. And how Scott does it, I don't know. That's what I've done, in all honesty, because I know some people like to do their own work to say they've done their own work, which is 100% admirable. However, for me, it doesn't make sense for me to do some things, so I just don't really. Basically, that's how that goes. You know.
Yeah. Playboy, I think the only thing that needs to change is shocks, and I think maybe some of the links to go from a TRX4 high trail to standard height.
I thought it was just the shocks, but I could be wrong. Shocks and pan hardline are shorter. That makes sense. Hi, John. We will see you later. It's only 9:30. Cool. Everybody was saying goodnight, and I was like, oh shit, is it like almost 11 or something? We've missed it.
No. I will be asleep before
I'll try.
then. I don't know how you do it.
What do you mean?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, I was up at 3:45 this morning, and 10 out of 10, not a fan.
That actually be 0 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would be that you loved it.
Yeah, 0 out of 10, not a fan.
You know. You start getting paid, and it becomes a little easier. I mean, I'm not saying I love it, but you know.
Well, I think I'm just getting old, and couldn't go back to sleep, and
My grandpa has that problem too.
yeah.
There we go. Look at that. Got off all that red and tacky boy right there. Cool. Now see, this conversation we're having about TRX4s, right? This is part of what I thoroughly enjoy about doing all this. Like, I'm not a Traxxas person. I haven't messed with Traxxas stuff in forever. However, people that are on here do. So they can actually answer the questions in the comments and stuff like that and help people when I cannot. And I like that. That's really super cool. You know, I hate to building a community just sounds so cheesy, but like it's literally, you know, it is what it is. I hate that a lot.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I don't like it at all.
It's also because they're narrower hubs,
Well, that doesn't help.
so it made it taller and sucked it in.
I really dislike it. And I get it. Take it off. Just
I
take
need
it
to-
off.
I need to build my
Undo it.
4-wheel steer buggy
Yeah.
so that these damn cut and shuts go on something and stay there.
What was that, an elevator 11? 12? 14?
I don't know.
And to find wait, well, hang on. Let's see. Oh, just finished his C1 for Sunday. Now waiting for his parts for his C2. Nice. And to find him a cheapish moon buggy. Good luck. I wish you the best. Tom Frost said Traxxas is poop. They're not like they have their place. I wouldn't ever dog Traxxas like that. Like they have their place for sure. New people that are learning what a truck should be doing, what a truck can do, et cetera, like that. I think they're good trucks for that. They're great trucks for kids. I gave my son one when he was 4, barely probably 4. And I mean, like, I watched him run the one side of the steer axle into something, and the whole truck would just flip around and go over, and it didn't break anything. So, like, I need a little more room here, Miller.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
You're okay. I'm just trying to. I know what you're doing. You're trying to show off your.
Well, Ryan said tutus look good, in my opinion. Which they do. They just don't look right on this. And I think that comes from my desire to go more scale.
They're pretty scale. That whole thing's pretty. I mean, it's not scaled out, but like the general shape and size of everything looks good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, run that shit. You probably have no idea what that means either. You ever seen Scary Movie?
No, I don't like scary things.
Scary Movie, the like.
I know exactly
parody?
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got scary in the name of it.
I can't remember.
You think I'm watching that?
Can't remember the setup, but the chick's like, she goes like, nice. What'd she say? Nice coat. Nah, I mean. It's just funny. Never mind. Fuck off.
You had to be there.
You had to be there in 2001. Oh no. Yo, that jacket is fly. Nah, I mean. The girl's like, you can have it. You can have it. Like, thought she was robbing her over. Okay. Oh, whoa. Hang on. Traxxas is like the Apple of RC. I don't know. I do enjoy Apple. Only thing I like about Traxxas is their customer service. That is for sure. Let's see. Playboy says, thanks, been fighting it for now almost a year. William said, thought about getting him the Furatech H10 chassis.
Blind Guy, isn't that the one he has?
Yeah, I think so.
He said it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
I have a non how do I want to put this? I hate the term influencer as far as that goes. But like if I'm not into it, I stop paying attention to it because I don't have the bandwidth.
Yeah.
And that's something that I have just accepted. Because I really didn't
For the H10s?
Yeah, in general. I didn't really like the optic. And so when stuff comes out, I'm like, I read yada, yada, yada for the optic, and it goes right out my brain.
Yeah.
But I also wonder, like, if some of those people, like in all honesty, like Josh and Matt. Well, I know Matt's not really a car guy, I don't think. But like Josh, I know Josh does real car things and stuff like that, and he's been around bikes, which is obviously why his username is Harley. But, like, I wonder how much he retains because he's only into RC cars. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you and I are also talking about, you know, your truck and mods to that, and we're doing LS stuff, you know, and Doug's talking about small block Ford stuff, and, you know, we're talking about real cars as well, and we're also into, you know, other things and everything. So I wonder if that's, like I said, I just don't have the space. But
Same.
I mean, good for him. It makes him much more.
Matt, do you have the long wheelbase K10 instead of the short wheelbase? For the TF2, yes. The
K10's a long wheelbase.
Yeah, the K10 is the long wheelbase, and the Blazer is the regular wheelbase.
Yep. And then the YJ is the short wheelbase.
Correct.
Correct, Mundo.
Tommy said, Chandler, that's awesome. I hate that I have to miss running C1 and C2 on Sunday. So William's seen mixed reviews on the Furatech chassis.
Yeah.
I think I saw mainly poor reviews on it. But I think that also comes from people that are expecting Vanquish quality at a
China price.
and then are like, well, it's just a piece of junk. Well, no, you got what you paid for.
Yeah.
So
I would agree with that. Not even really knowing exactly the situation, but just knowing people in general. Like,
well, I think a lot of the issues with that one were like, because I want to say it's TIGged,
yeah,
and the joints aren't real tight or anything.
yeah.
And
Well, I mean, it's taken by probably some little Chinese kid.
yeah,
You know, I watched a thing the other day.
I didn't know you watched things.
Watch this dick. That's what you can watch. Anyway, so as I was saying, I watched a thing the other day that was saying, well, because it was talking about the fall of China and all this other shit, but they were saying that the average Chinese person makes like $187 a month or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It was freaking wild. I don't remember where I was going with that because we were discussing, and then you made fun of me, and I. There it is.
Well, for making $100 and whatever dollars
That's what it was.
month.
Chinese kids.
their tigging is good enough.
Yeah. That's always been one of the weird things about, you know, like saying eat the rich and all this other shit. And all these college kids that still make $60,000 a year doing whatever the hell and complaining they're poor is like, I can't remember what the actual number is. I think it's this one.
Playboy said he's got a 3500 Ram dually. And then I think he's asking if you have a K10 for sale.
No, I don't really sell a lot of things, man. Honestly, I am a hoarder.
The only K10 I've seen for sale recently was $300 for the body.
Yeah, or I actually just swapped for another one that you guys won't see until after BTC because that's when I get it. Pretty friggin' sick K10 if I do say so.
Kind of related, but not. That white Jimmy?
Yes, dude. Did you know that I have that grill and I have the emblems and stuff?
No.
Yeah, got that today actually.
Because I don't like white,
I think it looks good.
but damn, does that thing look good.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Sold out everywhere. Yeah. That's why there's a guy that was selling it for $300 and was like, if someone wants it bad enough, like, whatever. I get it. You know, some things, you put them out there for sale and if someone wants it bad enough, but... And then the other people that are like, you're a piece of shit. This is what's killing the hobby. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's just broke people usually.
Yeah.
Bitching that they can't afford something and if it is for sale, then you should just basically give it to them because they want it and you have it and get out of here with your bullshit.
Which, like, I think listing that for $300 is stupid.
It is, but think about like, okay, if the body is it's like 160 basically, let's call it.
Yeah.
You know, if he's at 300 and somebody was like, well, I'll get it now for 200, like you're still making $40. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like by lowball and then, you know, he still takes it or whatever. Oh, so much better.
But I'm also a cheap ass, so like, that's just like I'll wait.
Yeah, for sure. I don't need one that bad. I mean, I'm good. But...
I mean, I'm still waiting on a Blazer body, so.
Me too.
Do you need yours back?
No, I don't. Because I'm going to probably end up buying a new Midnight Edition K5 or something. Yeah.
William said, yeah, it's the welds from the Furatech chassis. Which,
Holy shit.
if you can weld, then that shouldn't be an issue to do it better, right? But like if you can't,
Yeah.
you're not willing to spend money on a already discontinued Muse. I think the Muse are discontinued, right? Because they were a limited run.
Maybe.
I think.
That's a William
Right.
question.
So like if you're not willing to spend the money on a nicer quality chassis and you can't do it yourself, then that's kind of what you're limited with or left with.
Yeah. Playboy said, saw it, but I'll wait for one. Full body, 170 at the most. Then he said, I'm about to try my hands. LCG RC Life. That depends on, I mean, you do whatever you want to. Doing an LCG with a hard body like that is going to be real hard if that's what you're, saying, I guess. I've seen it done, but usually they weigh 10 pounds because the heavy ass body you're trying to offset.
Yeah.
People are throwing all the brasses at it. So, what are all these different colors? I don't know what that is. I don't know why he's purple.
I think it's just like whatever color you pick.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I know Raph and Fallen and all that stuff, but usually they have. Anyway, the H-Tech was a limited run too. Why not just sell based on demand? Us broke boys take a while to save up.
I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
That's also why, ultimately, I'm a cheap ass, and that's why I learned to build my own cages.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would see the price of them, and I'm like, I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
So if I wanted one, I had to figure out how to make it. Which, that's where I came up, or I got this one, because I wanted a recluse. And I wasn't paying recluse money for one.
Right.
So I built this.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't learn how to do tubers for that. I learned how to do tubers just because I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
I am definitely if I want it, I'm going to figure out how to do it. That's why I was saying I've tried doing extensions and all that stuff. Like, I turned a K5 into a K10. I've done all that stuff. The Suburban was a bitch. I would really hate to do a correct one.
Yeah.
But that's easier for me to pay Scott because we've talked about that before. But like, I started building tubers just because I wanted one. And when I started, though, nobody was doing it. Nobody was building any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because my first one was a TLT. Like, we were 2006, 7 probably, whatever.
Except for Sonic. I'll figure that out.
I could figure it out if I wanted to, but I've got you and Jordan, and I feel like I just don't need to. Call to crawl. Good evening, fellas. Is Beat the Creek next weekend? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not this coming weekend, the following weekend.
Yeah. Which is this weekend versus next weekend. Lydia. That's what she says. I literally said that yesterday. I was like, it's next weekend. She's like, no, next weekend is the weekend coming up because it's still the weekend. I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
I would agree with her.
Fuck you both. You're crazy.
Because
No.
if the conversation was yesterday
Oh, God.
on a Sunday, which is the weekend, and you said next weekend, the next weekend that happens would be after the 5-day week, which is this coming weekend. That is not when Beat the Creek is.
Personally,
But now,
do you consider a week Sunday to Saturday or Monday to Sunday?
Monday to Sunday.
Okay, well, there's our problem. I would consider a week Sunday to Saturday because the calendar starts on Sunday. So clearly, this weekend is freaking over if it's Sunday.
So do you have 2 weekends a week?
No.
Because you get a weekend at the beginning of your week and a weekend at the end of it?
Yeah, pretty much. I get this weekend and this weekend. If it's Sunday at 5 and I say this Saturday or this weekend, I think on Saturday I'm going to go blah, blah, blah. Obviously, I'm not going to go do something in the future yesterday.
Right. But that was the way you worded that. So if it's Sunday at 5 and you said this Saturday, well, obviously that's this coming Saturday.
That's what I said. I'm literally pretty sure that's what I said to her.
Well, that's not what the conversation was a minute ago. It was Sunday, and we were talking about this weekend. So when you group that together, you're still in a weekend. So then this weekend, A would be yesterday. Next weekend would be the following weekend. It all depends on when and what you're talking about.
This is always a good argument with anyone. Tommy,
I will egg.
so here's how that kind of works though. The time is all in coping and cutting tubing. So, in all honesty, you're not going to save that much money by brazing it together yourself. Because you're going to, like, let's say this buggy, for instance, okay? It's got this bar comes up the A pillar, goes back to here. And then it's got this B pillar. So,
Stops there.
oh, it does. Oh, okay, never mind. All right, so it's got the B pillar here. This is your A pillar. So it goes back. That's like 1, maybe 2 bends or whatever, right? So you've got that. You can bend that pretty quick. And then you bend the B, if you had a template or something, and then, you can build these parts or, whatever. All that stuff takes, I wouldn't say no time, but very quick. Just, you pound that out. Cutting all these tubes and then notching them, especially something like these 45 tubes where you're cutting everything into a point and then you're coming over here, because until it is almost the exact right size, you'll fit in one side and this side won't drop in because it's literally in its own way. So then you're filing this down thousandths of an inch at a time. What?
Big egg. They're about to both get confused and move on.
Tommy, that would be a good idea for us that don't have a lot of time to build one step would be done. But it's not one step. That's 90% of it, though, is what I'm saying. Like, these just don't go together like Legos. I can't just give you 100 Legos and be like, here you go, put that together, because it's not. I don't know how else to word that exactly.
I mean, the closest thing you're going to get to that is like the Rockabilly.
Yeah. Files.
Yeah. Or Cody's kit, because he sells the jigs.
Yeah.
Or the files for the jigs.
Yeah.
It's like that's going to be the closest you're going to get to just add water buggy.
Yeah. I didn't want to read this, but I'm going to him. Calder Crawl said, didn't mean to start any drama, but if Pete and Repeat were sitting on a bench and Pete fell off, who would be left? Then that's when you say repeat, and then I read it again. Anyway, I want to see more of you guys cutting and coping.
After Beat the Creek.
Yeah, we are getting on that for sure. Like I said, I have an idea, and I've been saying this, and I've been narrowing down and actually laying out how I want it to go, but we don't have time right now.
Well, after Beat the Creek, all of my RC car stuff goes on hold. So we can do some of that.
All of it?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Our
Are we not
bathroom.
going trailing?
We can, but
Building stuff?
my bathroom.
But building stuff goes on
Yeah.
pause.
Yeah, all of this.
You do need a bathroom.
Yeah.
Just running downstairs and naked in front of the camera and things.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Either of you weigh your TF2.
No?
No? Do you want me to?
Bending the tubes is the fastest part of the whole process. Ryan said it's not an engineered kit. You're the engineer. You're the engineer as you, and you have to build it the way you want it to look. I mean, yes and no. Josh's and Cody's are basically engineered already. Like all you're doing is just making the pieces and putting them together. But doing something like what Jordan and I do, where every buggy is different, then for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I was telling, who was it, Jacob Cash, right? That has that cheap juggy thing. That's why I was telling him, like, your first 4 are just get your material money back out of it, unless by some grace of God you're an amazing fabricator and you just kill it. You might as well just sell the first one, get your money for material back, and build another one and do it again. Because even to this day, I'll get 90% of the way done, and then when I'm trying to do something, I realize something is in the way or something like that, and I still have to cut shit apart and redo it or whatever. And you're gonna always be doing that especially at the beginning. He said he just weighed the Forerunner. It's 8.2 pounds. Jesus. I'll move that bitch right in my box. Let's see. So, Cody said most of your time is going to be spent cutting and coping, then wire wheeling, then welding. That is if you're able to hold the tubes in place accurately. Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, shit, we're already at 410. Read that. It's almost like it's got body mounts you could have put on 3 times before now.
Well, it doesn't help that I don't have a skid plate, so it's trying to rock back and forth.
Waller? Is it trying to waller around?
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget your valve cover and your air cleaner back here. Those are important parts of the weight.
7 pounds, 6 ounces. That's ready to run minus a battery.
Yeah. Let's see. Chad said, but would you be willing to trade a tuber for a specific Wagoneer? Maybe blue with a back stripe. Honestly, I don't have anything really to get rid of right now. Depends on, I don't remember what you said the Wagoneer was on. That depends on what chassis it's on and everything like that, but I don't really have any tubers that I would let go of right now. Basically anything I've built recently has been for someone that's commissioned, basically, pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's see. Call Crawl said, short visit tonight, fellas. On my way to dinner. Tell everyone to give you a like on the way out. I will later. See you later, man. I know you're probably already gone, but thank you for hanging out with us. Who understand what you guys are getting at there? Even the one-on-one kits require fitment. It'd be cool for a Monday to be you guys showing how you are set up to bend and form buggy frames. Yeah, we've discussed.
Yeah,
that.
we've had enough people ask for it.
Yeah,
we need to.
It's gonna happen. Like I said, I just don't. We're just overwhelmed right now with all of this stuff, trying to get ready for next weekend.
Yeah,
this is next weekend, right? It's not this. It's not next weekend. It's next weekend, right? Because this is this weekend, and then it's next weekend. Right. Okay.
It's not this weekend. It's
Yeah.
the following weekend.
Playboy said, "Yeah, I'd love a TF2 chassis. They're out there, dude. Especially if you're okay with a Toyota. If you are fine buying a Yoda, there is a bazillion of them out there. The Marlin is probably more preferable for a more capable crawler, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for a Blazer.
Or a Blazer, yeah. Let's see. Cody said, I've seen people take my platform and completely go sideways but use parts to make a base. I enjoy the creativity, but I also like having a helping hand to get there. Yeah. I like watching people do stuff. I don't even know. I don't even know how that would feel to watch people build a chassis you like designed. That's got to be wild.
Yeah.
William said, I have the files for the Jimmy's buggy, just don't have the time to build another one. That's why I asked Todd to build mine. That's definitely fair. Unit 8 pounds, the 40 kg unit turned the swampers on carpet. TF2 long wheelbase with the K44, spring under 1.55. That's
It's kind of what I want.
Yeah,
I really want to do a spring under, but I don't know.
What about a rock in a creek?
Well, yeah, because Doug said it turned the swampers on carpet.
Oh,
but what
okay.
about-
Now I get it.
Doug, that's good to know because I have the 40 kg in my YJ, so
Yeah.
it's not that heavy. And then we got the big 70 kg
Boy.
in the K10.
Just say the first weekend of May. Yeah, that's.
But then we can't argue about it.
Yeah. Let's see. Big Egg said, I'm just messing you up. I'm just messing, but Jordan with 70 kg going to be finding spots and say, come over here and see if you can do this. I have the 70. Well, yeah, that went in the little small tire, right?
Yours did
Yeah. He's got a 40.
in that.
Yeah. The thing is like, even though they're the same truck, they're set up semi differently. Just in general. So I'm kind of curious to see exactly how all this goes.
Yeah.
I forgot to order that Fusion before we got on here too. I got it all pulled up on Amazon and I was like, let's go live real quick. And then we sat here for 3 minutes. Let's see. Playboy said it would be turned into the K10.
Well, if you're gonna turn it into the K10,
You might as well buy one to begin with. And in all honesty, like I know they're expensive. I would just buy an RTR because 9 times out of 10, especially with the K10, the damn things are $100 less than a brand new one, and you don't know how it's been treated. I'd personally just rather buy a new one and just be done with it. And I buy a lot of used trucks and stuff, but like RC four-wheel drive stuff is one thing that like it holds its value decently well for most things.
yeah.
Especially, the K5, the K10, a YJ is hell, I think you could build a YJ and then sell it for a freaking profit at this point in time with the way people are trying to sell the damn things.
And my YJ is not for sale, either of them.
Yeah, debatable.
No.
Okay. This one is not. I've seen him turn down decent money for the tuber. I think you get rid of that one because you're not attached to it yet. After you drive it all weekend, you're like, this thing is cool. If Corey came up and was like, hey, friend, you lie. We said that one time. And then Corey walked away with an F toy and
No, he didn't.
Andrew walked away with an F toy? Yeah, Andrew.
got it.
And then Tyler walked away with Manila Bear. And,
Yeah. So, like Big Egg said, money talks. But it did talk, and then I've regretted it for coming up on a year now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm okay that I sold my 4-wheel steer buggy.
Yeah. I was never a fan of that. So like I mean I know you were and I know what it was or whatever, but that was never like my style.
Yeah.
So that one really wasn't.
Yeah, that one. I haven't. I can build a Jeep very well. I haven't figured out the 4-wheel steer buggies yet.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Let's see. I may sell one of my Jimmy buggies unfinished roller. I'm good. Somebody can do that. So the thing, Big Egg, is money does talk. However, I know Jordan and I have both turned down what I would consider legitimate. Like I have it in my pocket, I can get it for you for a couple different trucks. That when they're just not for sale. Like I don't know what you've been offered for this, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've had some actual legitimate offers on the Pineapple, and saying that it's not for sale and having people throw out numbers that have commas in them and are
That That
are not a
buggy and my khaki LJ.
Yeah. Corey wanted that khaki one real bad.
Yeah, I've turned down good money for that, but and like a lot of that comes down to because just like I sold the F toy because that was a lot of money. And I was
Yeah.
like, I can rebuild it. Well, it's still not done.
The F toy is one of the few things that if I sold mine, as cool as it is, it was such a pain in the dick to build. I don't know if I'd do it again.
Yeah,
If I did, I would probably use the VS410 kit, and I would probably use a merchant with the mounts and everything. Just do a VS410 leaf mount thing.
yeah,
I wouldn't go through widening the chassis and putting in the tubes instead of spacers and all that stuff like I did.
yeah. Which is kind of where I'm at with the current F toy. Deciding which way I go with that.
Cody said I'd sell mine for $3,500 right now, or whatever those origins are. Yeah, I'll skip an aluminum optic too. I was never a fan of the optic to begin with. I don't know how people weren't more disappointed. The fact that it's literally just an aluminum optic.
Yeah,
I think, and I've said this before, and Cody, you may agree with me, if they would have come out with the Origin first, had that hype up, and then dropped the plastic optic as I know everybody's seen the Origin, think that's super cool, but if you can't afford that, then here's a X amount of dollar RTR that's basically the same thing, but it's plastic. I know maybe that wouldn't have worked business-wise with timing and, maybe they got the optics first or whatever the hell, but, I think the Origin would have been looked at differently if it came out and then the optic was a cheap version versus this is an optic and then now you can get one made out of aluminum that's 10 times as expensive. I think if that would have been backwards, it would have worked better. Or at least... maybe not worked better because I don't know what they're selling or anything like that, but I think it would have at least looked better and there would have been less backlash of fuck that thing. That's just my personal view on it. But how do y'all feel about Overland RC truck and trailer? I think Overland builds are cool. Trailers, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on trailers, really. I would never build one because I wouldn't want to pull one through everything, but I think trailers behind a truck that's not really a trail truck to just pull things around, that's cool to me. I've got a trailer. I'm not saying I'd buy an Origin. Oh, I get it. Optic wasn't for me either, but probably Timeline for ROI with... I don't know. I'm not sure. I know the original Origin was basically a labor of love. I don't know where they're at here with with this Origin. Or the original Ripper, sorry. The original Ripper was a... yeah, it's hard to say, but I believe it was a stepping stone as an official full product. Yeah. I mean... whatever they did worked. I think it would have been better. It would have been better received the other way around.
yeah.
So, you about ready to put a lid on this soup or whatever the hell they say?
Yeah, make like a tree and leave.
Make like a tree and get the fuck out of here. So. Yep, I think I'm going to go home because I would like to be asleep in an hour. And it's about a 20-minute drive, so
I'll be asleep in about 20 minutes.
okay, cool. So, alright. Make like boobies and bounce. Yes,
That too.
I do like bouncy boobies. Okay, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for hanging out with us and
Yep.
watching us thrash on things, and I got a lot of stuff done. I didn't get the ESC and the motor swapped in my dad's truck, but I can have him doing that at BTC. That's what we can do Thursday night.
There you go.
So we can do it at the Airbnb.
All right, guys.
Dustin, see you later. Cody, see you later. Tommy, Doug's. We shall. I will see you next Monday. Not 100% sure how exactly everything else is going to go. Scott, see you next weekend. He's bringing his wife. So she can see how stupid we are.
It's not next weekend.
It is next weekend. Night, ladies. Night. Have a good night. All right. Yep. Hit the like button on the way out. I will see you guys later. Bye.
Next weekend is the.
That's this weekend. Next weekend is B3. It's already Monday. It's this weekend and then next weekend. God. We're going to get a divorce over this, I can tell.